After kicking off 2018 with a win on the road, the Rowdies return to Al Lang looking for win number 2 of the season in front of their home crowd. It's the Rowdies versus Bethlehem Steel FC tonight in St. Petersburg, and your live Rowdies pregame show starts right now. And welcome to your Rowdies pregame show live on This TV Tampa Bay. We'll be joining you before every home game here on the concourse of Al Lang Stadium in downtown St. Pete with highlights, interviews, analysis, and everything you need to know before the Rowdies hit the field. Tonight, the Rowdies open their home season against Bethlehem Steel FC. I'm your host, Heather Donnelly, joined here by new Rowdies color commentator Eddie Rodriguez. You'll also meet our new play-by-play announcer Drew Felios in just a little bit. Eddie, it's a big night. It's an exciting night. You ready to do this?
Yeah, it's a great night, especially at home here for the Rowdies. They had a great outing last weekend against FCFC. They were able to get a great score on the road, of course. Now they get to do it in front of a full crowd here at home, just when it counts.
All right, well, let's get things started with some Rowdies news and notes from this past week.
Jack Blake named USL Player of the Week. Of course, he had that great strike from about 30 out to make it 3-1. And, of course, the player to look for is Georgi Bristov. The hat trick, you know, he's looking to break the all-time record, so hopefully he can do it tonight here and follow in full crowd presence.
Yep, and if anyone can do it, it's definitely Georgi. Now an early look at the Eastern Conference standings here in Week 2. The Rowdies and Bethlehem Steel both picking up 3 points in their season openers.
Yeah, both teams, they were, of course, victorious their first outing. Both teams undefeated early in the season, of course. In the Eastern Conference, both teams know each other well, so they got to do it here again. Of course, the Rowdies at home, they want to win tonight.
Now let's check in with play-by-play announcer Drew Felios, who caught up with Rowdies head coach Stuart Campbell a little while ago.
It's a perfect night for soccer. What's going through the Rowdies' minds right now? What's going through your mind as you guys are getting ready here to take the pitch?
Yeah, obviously we're really excited, lots of anticipation. We just want to get out on the field.
Don't have that interview right now with Stu, but this week we also caught up with goalkeeper Cody Mizell and defender Hunter Gorski. Here's what they had to say about the Rowdies' momentum coming off Saturday's win in North Carolina.
It was a good performance for us, a good 3 points away from home, and we're hoping to bring the momentum here. And like you said, confidence is a big key to any player, so it's good to get the confidence, and we'll bring it into Saturday against Bethlehem.
Really excited. Mama Gorski's coming into town, so I want to put on a good performance for her. But no, on a serious note, have to start the season at home with a win. It was a fortress for us last year here, so we're looking to go unbeaten at home this year, so this will be a big step towards that. It's
been a couple of years now when I've worn the Rowdies jersey. I'm really excited to get in front of Ralph's mob and hopefully get 3 points for the fans.
To have the fans behind our back, you know, it's just a whole different atmosphere. We love having them. They really get us energized and ready to go, and yeah, you know, we want to perform, not only win on the scoreboard, but also play attractive football. That's good for them to come out and watch.
Having Ralph's mob, having all the Tampa Bay faithful behind you, it means a lot.
Well, after opening the season on the road, the Rowdies are really excited for their home opener here tonight, back here at Al Lang Stadium in front of the home fans, and big goals from them. You heard Hunter Gorski there saying that they want to be undefeated here at Al Lang Stadium this season, and it's definitely a doable goal considering they only dropped one regular season game here last year.
And that truly, Heather, is one of the advantages of playing at home. It's a great facility, it's a great stadium. Of course, when you get the type of fans that you have in the Tampa Bay, the St. Petersburg area, you want to make your home count. So for them to go undefeated, it's definitely a goal they should have.
Yeah, and tonight it's going to be a big night with the Rowdies taking on Bethlehem Steel FC, a team that they played back-to-back last year. Really chippy games between those two teams, 14 yellow cards in total. So there should be a lot of great action out on the field tonight.
Yeah, as you mentioned, both teams played. It was a draw, 1-1. Both teams know each other. When I say pretty well, it's because the coaching staff know each other pretty well, but it's going to come down to a little bit of a different formation. You got to get it done here if you're the home team in the Rowdies. For Bethlehem, it's a team that can bring down a lot of the MLS players down. They don't have a game this weekend for the MLS, so they're bringing 8 of those MLS roster players to play with the USL team.
Yeah, let's talk about that dynamic a little bit with those MLS 2 teams that the Rowdies sometimes face, because while those teams are bringing down the high-quality MLS players, it also creates a different dynamic because they're not training together as a group necessarily all the time.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but the fact that they play the same system, they're going to come out with a 4-2-3-1. For them, that means they play with 2 defensive center mids, 3 going forward, and 1 attacking player. Now, keep in mind that the outside player is going to run forward. So when you play the system all the way from your first team, which is the MLS, now the USL, and it trickles down, any player that you bring down knows the system. So you can plug in a right fullback for a right fullback or a forward for a forward. So they know the system pretty well. For the Rowdies, it's a challenge because they're bringing some players from MLS, which is a little bit higher competition. So now you have to deal with personal matchups. 50-50 challenges, and you got to be able to win those, especially at home.
Well, it's time for our first break, but when we come back, we'll show you all the highlights from the Rowdies' big season-opening win last weekend in North Carolina. Don't go anywhere.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
Welcome back to our Rowdies pregame show. We are live on This TV Tampa Bay, getting you ready for the Rowdies home opener here as they get set to face off against Bethlehem Steel FC. The Rowdies got off to a strong start in 2018 last weekend with a 3-1 road win over North Carolina FC. Let's check in with Drew Felios, who's up in the broadcast booth with the highlights from that match. Drew?
All right, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, Heather, wins were really hard to come by for the Rowdies last year, especially on the road. So to be able to go up to North Carolina and do what they did was huge going into this week, their home opener. Let's take a look at the highlights from last week. Tampa Bay came out from the get-go. 23rd minute, Leo Fernandez on his horse, and he is going to stick this one far post with the left foot. So the Rowdies go on top 1-0 as the Brazilian scores the first regular season goal of the year. To the 38th minute, though, North Carolina would get even. Marios Lomas, perfect chip to Stephen Miller, and Cody Mizell just off balance right there, and that's the equalizer. The perfect touch from Lomas set this goal up. And Mizell concedes one, but watch how the Rowdies respond right there. David Najim taken down. Little controversy, was that inside the 18? Rowdies do get a penalty kick, and they take advantage of it as Ristoff rips it for his first goal of the year. Rowdies with a 2-1 lead. Georgie had 15 goals last year. He's climbing up the Rowdies' all-time scoring chart. Second half now, Cody Mizell just taking over. Denied. Tremendous save right there. Mizell had a fabulous afternoon in goal. Then a minute later, DJ Taylor gets behind the defense, but Mizell there again. Another tremendous save. He really kept the Rowdies in this one. Then in the 90th minute, Jack Blake with a missile right there. That's the clincher. Rowdies would go on to win 3-1, a huge win on the road and 3 points to Tampa Bay to start the season. And how about the newcomer, Jack Blake? The Rowdies this year, they are younger, they are faster. We'll be talking about that a lot coming up in this game, guys. Should be fun. Let's send it back to you.
Thank you, Drew. Eddie, a great performance by the Rowdies there in North Carolina, not only offensively, but in goal and defensively as well.
That's right, of course, courtesy of Cody Mizell, who had a couple of great saves early in that game, and that allowed the Rowdies to stay in the game and later on, of course, go to the attack and put 3 in the back of the net, winning the game. But the importance of your goalkeeper, you want your goalkeeper to keep you in the game, and that's exactly what Cody did. A couple of great saves. He had a great save in the 67th minute as well. That could have caused problems later on for the Rowdies.
And how about that strike by Jack Blake there at the end? That won USL goal of the week, deservedly so.
That's right. You know, he can strike a ball from anywhere. He hit that so well from about 30 out. But the fact that he took the ball, had the ability to go one-on-one. He took care of one player and just stroked the ball so well to the far post. Nothing the goalkeeper could do, and just right at the right time. It was close to the 90th minute, but that pretty much just solidified the victory for the Rowdies on the road, which is so important.
Absolutely. Well, in honor of the first day of spring break here in St. Pete, we decided to ask the Rowdies players what they would do if they had an entire day to spend out at the beach. Check it out.
Whole day at the beach. Well, I'd have a good umbrella out so I could have some shade, and I'd have a nice book to enjoy, and then I'd have my wife and my kids with me. That would be a perfect day at the beach.
I'd probably be in the shade, to be honest. I don't like being out in the sun too much.
Being fair-skinned, in the shade.
Probably in the shade, so no. Bring a book, some music, spike ball, can jam, love those games. Huge beach game guy.
Can jam, spike ball, and just going in the water.
I'd go jet skiing. I've never been jet skiing, so that's how I definitely spend my day.
I'd get on the jet skis, I'd do the paddle boarding, the banana boats, you call them that over here, things like that.
Well, it depends if the kids are there or if the kids are not there. So if the kids are there, it's going to be a bit manic, building sandcastles and going crazy in the sea and collecting shells.
First, I would probably do like an early morning fishing, come back, play some volleyball, maybe go surfing, maybe not on this coast, but somewhere that there's some waves. Then just hang out, chill.
Definitely be at the dog beach with my wife and my dog.
I would probably hopefully go to the dog beach if I was going to go to the beach and just hang out, watch the dogs.
I would get an umbrella, lay a towel down, lay there, take a nap for a good 2-3 hours, and just chill.
There are a lot of sports fans on the Rowdies roster, but none bigger than Marcel Schaeffer. When we come back, we sit down with the German midfielder to hear all about the different sporting events he went to during his first year in the U.S.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
Welcome back. Fans are starting to fill in here at Allang Stadium as the Rowdies and Bethlehem Steel FC warm up for Week 2 of the USL season. After coming to the U.S. last year, Rowdies midfielder Marcel Schaeffer tried to get to as many sporting events as possible. For fun, of course, but also as a learning experience because next year he plans to return to Germany for a management career with his former club, Wolfsburg. Here's what the self-described American sports freak had to say about his first year in the States.
I've been to many sport events, many sport games, different type of sports.
I thought I was a big sports fan, but I must say, after meeting Marcel, I'm not as big as he is. I'm happy that I can stay in the same room with him because there's no fight about the remote and what we're gonna watch when we're on the road. I was like, okay, so we can watch whatever in the telly, and he was like, no, I don't want to watch it in the telly. I'm going there. I'm going to the stadium. So yeah, we've been in Miami, at the Marlins, the baseball team, the Cardinals in St. Louis. So we watched the Buccaneers in Tampa. So actually the Rays as well together.
Especially with Martin, I was on the road. I was at many baseball games. We spent, I think even in 2018, we already had open our schedule, the USL, and I think it was a next step to watch the MLB schedule. So yeah, we had a lot of opportunities this year on the road to watch more baseball games, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
He knows what's going on, and he looks ahead of the season and which opportunities there is when we're on the road to watch a certain kind of game. So yeah, so he told me that this is a good opportunity, this is a good opportunity, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this. I'm like, yeah, okay, like, of course I'm gonna join you.
I'm a big New York Giants fan. I watched, even in my time in Germany, I watched as many games as possible. And yeah, with a jersey in front of the screen with my boys, with popcorn, so traditional American-like, I think. In Tampa, it was good to see my favorite player, Eli Manning. It was a tough loss, very exciting game with a lot of friends from the Rowdies. I invite them, but it was tough for me after the game, I have to say that. My absolutely highlight, maybe in my life, in my sport life as a fan, is a college football final in Atlanta. That was the biggest atmosphere I've ever been, and it was a great experience to see how passionate all the college football fans are. Now on our top list is Chicago. A lot of people told me you have to visit Chicago, so I want to make it done, city tour to Chicago, and yeah, I want to go to the Wrigley Field and watch a baseball game over there. I try to see as much games, as much stadiums as possible, because every stadium is different, every stadium is an experience for me, and even yeah, in the stadium you can see a lot. I think I look different at sport games, at sport events, because of my future job, and yeah, even with the stadiums you can have a lot of input, and I will bring a lot to Germany.
Well, Eddie, Marcel Schaeffer definitely made the most of his time in the U.S. last year here, and what a difference a player of that quality and of that experience level can make on a roster.
Oh, absolutely, Heather. A player of that caliber, of course, a longtime player of Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga and the first division in Germany. You know, what has he bring not only to the locker room as far as experience, as far as being a leader, but what he brings on and off the pitch as well. You know, he's got by far one of the best left foot in the whole USL, in the whole league. He's lethal. We know we've seen him strike a ball. So, but more than that, he's just a leader. I know he loves all kinds of sports and he's going to maximize that time. But I think he was a great acquisition last year, and he's proven that on the pitch.
Yeah, you saw him play a little bit here during the preseason. What impressed you the most about Marcel Schaeffer? Yeah,
he's got the ability to put the ball anywhere on the field. He plays as defensive center mid, him and Jack Blake. Jack Blake's on the right. It's another player who can strike a ball, but he plays on the left. Now, he tends to go to the left, but from then on, he can deliver the ball, pinpoint accuracy anywhere. Curve the ball, driven ball. He can just whip the ball in. He's going to get a lot of assists, and look for him to score some goals, too. He's got a great left foot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for more features and interviews like the one you just saw, be sure to follow the Rowdies on all of their different social media platforms. You can follow on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, so you don't miss out on any Rowdies updates throughout the week. Head over to rowdysoccer.com for more information on how to follow. And now a quick look at the weather for kickoff tonight as we approach kickoff at 7:30. It's going to be mostly clear, 68 degrees, low chance of rain. We love that, so it should be a perfect night for the home opener here in downtown St. Petersburg. Well, kickoff is coming up quickly, so when we come back, we'll break down what the Rowdies can expect tonight against Bethlehem.
Life, it's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun.
It's time to celebrate and save at Ashley Home Store's anniversary sale. Save 35% on furniture and mattresses. Or get 72 months no interest on new styles to celebrate your home. Going on now at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Hurry in and save at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business. Always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Fans playing some cornhole out in the parking lot, doing some tailgating ahead of tonight's home opener here at Al Lang Stadium. Welcome back to our Rowdies pregame show on This TV Tampa Bay. Heather Donnelly and Eddie Rodriguez joining you live from the concourse of Al Lang Stadium with kickoff between the Rowdies and Bethlehem Steel just around the corner. Let's take a look at Bethlehem Steel FC, a playoff team last year that finished 8th in the East at the end of the regular season.
That's right, Heather. A team that comes prepared, coached by Brendan Burke. As you see there, they're affiliated with the Philadelphia Union, and that's one of the problems that the Rowdies are going to face today. They're bringing 8 MLS players down to play in the USL, and of course, these are players that are playing at the next level, a little bit faster, a little bit more physical, if you will. So today, they get the call down, and they're looking to get a result here away from their house, of course. So the Rowdies, they need to play that good, sound, solid defense.
Yeah, they're coming off that 4-1 win against Richmond last weekend. And let's take a closer look at Bethlehem's style of play. Here's how they scored one of their 4 goals in that game last weekend.
You know, of course, Bethlehem and the Philadelphia Union playing with a 4-2-3-1 system. And this is one of the problems that the Rowdies are going to face. Watch this individual effort from behind by Derek Jones. He was scoring the second goal. That's just a moment of brilliance by Jones. He took 4 of those Richmond kicker players, and that's what you're going to see tonight. Players' ability to take players on and go forward, try to score some goals.
Well, earlier tonight, Drew Felios caught up with Bethlehem head coach Brendan Burke. Let's hear his thoughts ahead of tonight's match.
First road game of the regular season for the Bethlehem Steel. What is the main objective here tonight with so many moving parts for your team?
Yeah, just be fearless. Performance is what's most important to us. Just make sure we approach road games the way we did last year. And if we can put on any sort of performance similar to what we did last week at home, we'll be happy no matter the result.
What's your biggest concern whenever you take the pitch against the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
Quality everywhere. Yeah, there's quality in every position. It's a quality franchise, historic franchise, and the players are just phenomenal, you know, throughout the whole team.
Your players were phenomenal last week, scoring 4 goals. What's it going to take for you to duplicate that or just hold up to the Rowdies defensively?
To be disruptive higher up the field. You know, you can't let them enjoy the ball. They'll rip you apart.
This environment can get really crazy. Yeah. It's a beautiful environment, a perfect night for soccer. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, if you can't get up for a night like this, I don't know what you get up for. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, thank you very much, Drew. Now let's look at one key player from each team to keep an eye on tonight.
Of course, for the Rowdies, the goalkeeper, Cody Mizell. Brandon Allen is a player from Bethlehem who scored 2 goals late in the game here. Now, today he's going to come off the bench. We talked about bringing those MLS players down to play for this team. On the other side, we have Cody Mizell, who had a couple of great saves here against FCFC early in the game. And you see him right here in the 66th minute, just huge save right there to make sure that the Rowdies were victorious on the road against North Carolina.
A lot of talented players going to be out there on the field tonight. Eddie, as we approach kickoff here at Al Lang Stadium, give me a couple keys for each team to the game tonight.
Yeah, no, for the visiting team, for Bethlehem, they have to be clinical as far as their finishing. They have to make sure that where they draw the line, they're going to either sit back because they're playing away, or they're going to press a little bit. Now, they're not going to be able to play for 90 minutes, press rather, because of the heat, the humidity. So for them, they're going to have to pick and choose where they're going to pressure. Playing with that system, those 2 central players are going to be key for them. On the other side, for the Rowdies, they're playing at home. They got to play that freestyle. They got to come out with 3 forwards. They got to put their chances away, especially if they have anything clear in the first 15, 20 minutes of the game. They got to put them away and get a victory at home.
And how about Georgi Ristov? We got to talk about him. He's approaching a really big record for the Rowdies, the all-time scoring record. He already has the modern era scoring record, but this is the all-time Rowdies scoring record. It'll take 3 goals. He'll need a hat trick to do it. What do you think? Can Georgi pull that off? Yeah, you're right. Let's not forget, he's the only Rowdy player of the modern era who's had a hat trick. For him, scoring 3 goals in 1 game, it's what a task. But you know, if there's a player today who can do that, we've seen him score in preseason. He had the 2nd game last week against North Carolina. It was a penalty kick, but he's got that nose for the goal. He's a typical number 9, a forward. He can strike at any time. Very, very dangerous play going forward. Well, it should be a great night tonight. That wraps up our pregame show. For Eddie Rodriguez, Drew Felios, and our entire broadcast crew, I'm Heather Donnelly. Thanks for joining us. Rowdies versus Bethlehem Steel FC is up next.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
The Tampa Bay Rowdies and Bethlehem Steel met 2 times last September, but neither team has had a win in the series. They meet coming up next from St. Pete. It is a picture-perfect night for soccer here in downtown St. Pete. Al Lang Stadium ready for the home opener as the Tampa Bay Rowdies are set to host the Bethlehem Steel. Great to have you with us, everybody, alongside the former MLS star Eddie Rodriguez. I'm Drew Felios. Let's jump right into the standings in the Eastern Conference in the USL. The Rowdies, as well as the Bethlehem Steel, registering victories last week by a combined score of 7-2. They were both dominant victories. So tonight it's the Steel and the Rowdies here on the pitch from St. Pete. And Eddie, you have had a chance to watch this Rowdies team through the past 6 weeks. What makes you think this team has a chance to be special?
No, absolutely, Drew. It's been a great preseason in a couple of different ways. They got results, successfully wins, but it's just the way they're playing. And one of the best things about them, too, no injuries so far. So they're coming into this context just with a full roster.
All right, tremendous talent on both sides of the pitch tonight for the Steel and for the Rowdies. First for Tampa Bay, Cody Mizell, the goalie, showed why the Rowdies got him in the offseason, coming off a brilliant season from Charlotte.
Yeah, he was phenomenal, especially early in this game. He has a couple of great saves against, the NCFC team. They would have given up, and it would have been a lot of trouble, especially playing away. He was tremendous. He kept them in the game, and they were able to go down and score a couple of goals to win 3-1.
Then there's Brandon Allen, acquired also in the offseason, a newcomer for Bethlehem. He was lights out last week with 2 goals.
Brandon Allen with 2 goals out of the 4. They won against Richmond Kickers 4-1. Watch for him to come off the bench tonight, though. They have a lot of MLS players coming off from the First Division team, so now they got to hurry up and do it here on the field.
Should be fun. Rowdies hosting the Steel from downtown St. Pete. Al Lang Stadium going to be rocking tonight. A sellout crowd expected, and we have got the kickoff coming up next.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1 million megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
Life, it's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night.
And it is a festive scene tonight here at Al Lang Stadium as we get ready for the home opener for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. The national anthem courtesy of Marissa Petty, a 12-year-old cancer survivor. Inspiring here to start 2018. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both clubs. First, Eddie for Bethlehem. Corey Burke up top is an electric player.
Yeah, Bethlehem playing with a 4-2-3-1. As you mentioned, Corey Burke on top, Fabian Herbst on the left. Keep your eye on Derek Jones, though. Scored 2 goals the last game.
And for the Rowdies, Leo Fernandez had the big goal last week. Joe Cole and Jack Blake part of that midfielder. Blake had a missile as well.
The Rowdies playing with a 4-3-3. Jack Blake and Marcel playing a little more defensive. Keep an eye on Marcel at that left foot delivery. And of course, the big time international Joe Cole on the right for the Rowdies.
Starting lineups brought to you by Seminole, Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. You see the sellout crowd here at Al Lang as we send it down to the third member of our crew. Welcome, Heather Donnelly.
Thank you, Drew. Guys, tonight we are on Georgie Ristoff record watch. Georgie is just 3 goals away from tying the Rowdies' all-time scoring record with 57 goals, tying that with Derek Smethurst. So it would take a hat trick for him to tie that record, but if anyone can do it, it's Georgie, because he's done it before. Back on September 24th, 2016, he scored a hat trick against the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, being the only Rowdy to do so in modern era history. So tonight, if anyone can break that record, it's Georgie, guys.
All right, Stuart Campbell, 4th year in the Rowdies system. This is his 3rd full season here in Tampa Bay. Brendan Burke also on the other side. The head coach of Bethlehem had a chance to talk to both head coaches. Stuart Campbell did not have a chance to hear from him in the pregame, Eddie, but he is just doing a phenomenal job with this franchise.
Oh, he's doing an outstanding job. He put a quality team on the pitch this year. They've had a phenomenal preseason, a lot of good results against MLS teams. And for them, it's about how do you continue going forward. They had a great outing in the first game against NCFC. So now they get to do it at home against a great side from Bethlehem.
Leo Fernandez, the midfielder from Sao Paulo, Brazil, 2nd year as a Rowdy. Had the first goal of the season last week, and we should see some fireworks from him tonight. The Rowdies with a 3-1 win over North Carolina FC as they start their 2nd season in the USL. We're also joined tonight by Tamika McAndawary, 4th year as a Tampa Bay Rowdy, with us in the booth. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, for having me again. I'm really looking forward to this game. Looking forward to seeing lots of attacking football and hopefully lots of goals for the Rowdies.
Underway from Al Lang. The pitch, as always, simply gorgeous here tonight. There's our game officials. Rubio Vasquez leads this crew. Kyle Longville as well, Sean Michael Kemp and Matthew Miss Cannon. And Eddie, as you can sense, it is a festive atmosphere here. The home crowd is certainly going to be in this match from the start.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere here for both teams. Keep in mind that one of the challenges for the visiting team for Bethlehem is where do they start their defending? We call that coming out of the back. Do they press? Do they stay a little bit more defensive? Playing with a 4-3-2-1. That line of confrontation coming out of the back is going to be crucial for them. They're playing in a stadium that they know pretty well. However, for them, it's about minimizing mistakes and how can you stay in this game. You got to talk about the humidity for them. They're not used to the humidity of Florida. So for them is how can you stay in this game?
Georgie Ristoff now. As our first dead ball, Cody Mizell in goal tonight for Tampa Bay out of Woodstock, Georgia. And there you take a look at John McCarthy, the goalie for the Bethlehem Steel. McCarthy gets the start tonight, former LaSalle star, and had a great week last week in the opener.
Of course, for them, they played against the Richmond Kickers at home. They had a great result, a 4-1 win with a couple of great late goals by Derek Jones.
Yeah, that's a big win for the Steel. A great result, 4 goals obviously, but I did see the goals. I did think the scoreline flattered the Steel. Not the greatest of defending from Richmond, so I'll be interested to see how they get on against us. Obviously, I'd like to say a better team than the Steel, than the Kickers, sorry.
Yeah, that's a great point. The Richmond Kickers did not bring up that high press, and they gave up a lot, especially defensively, Tam. And as you saw, one of the goals by Derek Jones, he literally walked through 5 of the Richmond Kickers defenders and put the ball in the back of the net. And as you know, you cannot do that at this level.
No, you can't. I mean, Derek Jones is a great player. I see a foul there on Junior Flemings as he breaks away.
Great chance here for the Rowdies. Flemings using that speed. His job, of course, as a winger. As you see him here, taking the player on. Great little touch. He was trying to maximize the space. As you see the linesman only 2 feet away. Great chance here. A couple of great choices for the Rowdies. You have Schaeffer with that left foot, in-swinger, and of course, Blake, the right foot counterpart.
First set piece for Tampa Bay. And lots of traffic right now just outside the 6. We'll do it one more time. This will be a corner kick.
That's one of the great advantages for this home team. They have a couple of players who can deliver the ball on Schaeffer and Blake as well. You see Schaeffer, the left foot end swinger. And of course, you're looking at a couple of great runs. Ristoff, even Collins out of the back, the big defender.
Well played that time. James Chambers, midfielder, the Irishman, got his head on at that time for Bethlehem. Rowdies just outside the 6. Some traffic in there as McCarthy able to fall on it the first time he's been challenged tonight.
And there's a reason why you, as a center back, using your frame, go all the way to the opposite's box. Collins getting a header. Not the best contact with the ball, but good enough to knock on the door for the Rowdies.
Well, Select is the official soccer bowl of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportsamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Early action in the opening minutes.
There's a high press I was talking about by Bethlehem. They're coming out and they're pressing high. So at this point, the Rowdies have to make sure that you have to do great things with the ball in the back. You cannot give the ball, especially in a defensive situation. Tam, as you know, being a center back, you have to be very good on the ball. Early touches, trap the ball, play it out wide, and get rid of the pressure.
Yeah, the upside is that they're playing the high press, and as a defensive member, you have to be very clean on the ball in the early stages, very positive, limit your mistakes, and as you say, not give the ball away in the dangerous areas.
Take a look at Stuart Campbell, cool, calm, and collected, leading into this home opener. Had an outstanding first full year as Rowdies head coach last season and has made a seamless transition from player to coach. And is a little too far for Ristoff that time as the whistle blows.
Yeah, it's a great idea. The ball played down into the space. Georgie Ristoff making a great run into space, just a little bit off. But just like that, they had a great goal in preseason against one of the MLS sides. And as you mentioned, Stuart Campbell, danger on the other side.
Shot, and just wide to the right, Marcel. Lucky that time.
Great save from
Marcel. Number 20, Marcus Epps, the former University of South Florida star, making a homecoming.
And that's the counterattack that we talked about, the speed of Epps. Great ability to cut the ball inside against traffic. And look at Marcel. Cody Marcel just gets a touch on that just to send it for a corner kick.
So a golden opportunity early for Bethlehem. The header on the way, and Marcel climbs the ladder that time.
Corey Burke with a great header. Bethlehem with a great delivery into the box. Burke all by himself makes great contact with the ball. And how about this save right here by Cody Marcel? Sending that ball for the second consecutive corner kick for Bethlehem.
So the steal with some early opportunities. And that was something, Eddie, that Stuart Campbell was a little bit concerned about. The Rowdies' transition defense how quickly would they be able to get back and get into position? They've been a little slow here in the opening minutes.
Well, especially in both corner kicks, Tam, as you saw, it was a set piece that they worked on. It was a short corner, and they hurry up and whip that ball into the box. Of course, they were able to find Corey Burke with a great header. But as you mentioned, Drew, and as Coach Campbell talked about, you got to be able to press. You got to be able to keep the pressure. And how can you win the ball in transition? Where do you lose the ball? That's going to be key in this game.
Now it's Ristov from the left flank. Tries the cross. It was there. Just a little bit too far ahead that time. And the Rowdies, again, with a very, very close near goal there.
Yeah, Prosper Cholula with that last-minute save. What a great cross by George Ristov looking for Flemings, who was making a great diagonal run to the far post. And that could have been the 1-0 for the Rowdies. Great delivery, but even a better defensive play.
Yeah, time now for the Ashley Home Store corner kick as the Rowdies get set for their second corner of the match. And the in-swinger this time gets it inside the 6 and right in front of Gorski. Touches to Flemings. Flemings. Tell you what, so far in this match,
this is key for the Rowdies here.
Very light of foot for Tampa Bay as Bethlehem tries to counter, and Marcel will wind up with it.
Schaeffer with a very good delivery on that left foot in-swinger corner kick, looking for the box post, looking for the height of Collins. Drop the ball to Flemings. Just a little bit too long in that. Taking a shot inside the 18.
Drew Felios here with Eddie Rodriguez, also Tam McCandawary, Rowdies defenseman, with us here tonight. What has been the most impressive thing, Tam, about this Rowdies team training with these guys so far in the preseason?
I think the intensity that the guys have brought in preseason. Obviously, we played some very good opposition, and we've got a lot of quality too. So obviously, the first time opener, we're trying to bring that together and get a great result here against Bethlehem Steel.
Bethlehem attacking once again. They have got some serious weapons on this team. The flag does not go up, but Marcel. Cody Mizell up to the task to knock that one down.
And once again, Corey Burke finds the ball in the middle of the pitch all by himself. Goes on a breakaway and just a little bit offsides. The linesman in the right spot, he calls it off. And you got to pick him up. Corey's running all by himself in the middle. You see him right there in the middle of your screen. Number 19. He's got the speed. He's got the size. And you got to pick him up, Drew. If not, he's gonna prove to be lethal in the attacking third.
Flag went up a little late that time. I thought maybe the official would hold back. It was that close.
Well, he's just trying to make it interesting. You're right. He should have been called a couple of seconds earlier. You saw both defenders from the Rowdies just lift their hands and they stop.
Hey, Rowdies fans, weekdays starting at 4 on MOR. It's Family Fun Time featuring Steve Harvey, The Goldbergs, Modern Family, and Tampa Bay's #1 comedy, The Big Bang Theory. So turn on the laughs and get more with MOR.
You saw Bethlehem trying to come out of the back, struggling a little bit with keeping possession of the ball while transitioning to the attacking
Fernandez
part of the field.
High in the air. This one taken in by the steal.
There's that ball that the Rowdies won right there. That giveaway in the middle. They got to take advantage of that and pick that ball and go forward.
Matt Mahoney touching. Mahoney out of Buffalo, New York, former Temple star. This Bethlehem team has sent 6 players, Eddie, to the first team. And one of those guys, Anthony Fontana, in the lineup tonight for the Bethlehem Steel.
And they are in a different situation than the Rowdies. They're pretty much like a farm team to the Philadelphia Union, so they can bring players up and down. You see Corey Burke once again going solo.
Oh, Burke just couldn't get a foot on it that time and wound up on his backside. You know the home crowd is going to let him have it for that, Tam.
Well, I think Jack Blake might have gotten a foot on that, Tam.
Yeah, definitely. I think Burke finding a lot of space at the moment, finding space to run at the Rowdies defense. Rowdies need to tighten up in midfield, I feel, and get through these first early 10 minutes, these first early exchanges, and then the game will settle down, and that's when the Rowdies will be the strongest.
Yeah, you're right, Tim, and I think that one of the problems is either Jack Blake's got to pick him up or Schaeffer, who are the two defensive center mids, and what's happening is, you know, Cody's hiding behind the center backs, behind the two center mids, and in front of the center back, so he's finding that gap right there. Once again, you see him between all the four defenders. That's where he's finding that gap. As you see, he totally whiffed with that left-footed shot. He's not a left-footed player. He was trying to go far post with that left-foot in swing, but the Rowdies have to do a better job picking him up because he's running around freely.
Zach Portillo's touching for Tampa Bay. We're in the 13th minute and still scoreless from downtown St. Pete. Just outside the 18, Rowdies again with another scoring chance, a foot on it, and just kept out. Inside the 6, the steal. Able to make a great play without their goalie.
Great job by the Rowdies. It all started from the right fullback, making a run out of the back. Great delivery, looking for Georgi Ristov. And once again, the Rowdies finally knocking on the door with a good chance. Flemings didn't quite get all the ball inside the 18.
Here's Junior Flemings again. He has been so active here in the opening minutes. Junior Flemings has been tremendous. We want you to hear exclusive stories directly from the USL's players and USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch, with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and a first-person look into the professional game and players' everyday lives. Tam, how big has Flemings been so far this year?
Schaeffer with a left foot in swinger, making it the third for the Rowdies in this first half.
Ashley Homestore corner kick coming up right now for Tampa Bay.
Great delivery to the far post. The goalkeeper, John McCarthy, went a little bit too far.
Yeah, Jack Blake here will be looking for either Neil Collins in the middle or Hunter Gorski around the back post, as he was quite prolific when he came in from New York last year and helped us push into the playoffs. So that's where he'll be aiming.
Another corner. Rowdies getting some really good looks on the corner kick here early.
Yeah, Jack Blake from the right side looking for Collins, who just barely missed that great cross.
Blake with a nice touch. Jack Blake, Englishman with a shot. Oh, the near redirection there by Joe Cole. Blake to Cole. That is going to be a rock-solid combination this year.
Yeah, Jack Blake, once again, he was a one-on-one. Takes a shot directly, and Joe Cole was just trying to just flick the ball, but it was a great shot with a lot of power. Very difficult for you to flick that ball, especially right around the 6. And once again, Bethlehem struggling to come out of the ball. Come out of the back with the ball under control. The Rowdies providing a little bit of that pressure.
Here's Fernandez. Oh, nice touches by Tampa Bay. David Najim now able to save it just before it rolls out of bounds.
Najim has had a couple of great runs out of the back. He's playing on the right side. He's got a great delivery too, and you see him playing right on the touchline.
Junior Fleming, some time and space. Fernandez again wreaking havoc right in the middle of that Bethlehem defense. Just outside the 18 now and moving it left. Marcel Schaeffer, that lethal left foot, and another header that just goes high by Fernandez.
You see the difference now, Tam. The Rowdies are attacking from the right, Nanchoff, attacking from the left, whether it's Leo Fernandez or even Schaeffer right now, even at times Jack Blake. So having variables, and then of course making runs through the middle with Joe Cole, and you know, players coming out of the middle, even Jack Blake is going to pay dividends.
Yeah, that's correct, Eddie. It's not just a case now of stopping Joe Cole. You've got Georgi Hristov, Leo Hernandez, Junior Flemings, Jack Blake, Marcel Schaeffer. You've got a plethora of attacking players who are very high quality. So everywhere on the field, the Rowdies have potential goal threats.
Once again, Colin winning that header that we know that he hasn't missed a header in years. And Drew, that's one of the advantages that the Rowdies have playing with that formation 4-3-3. You have 3 players at front, and also when the players overlap, you're outside mids. So that gives you numbers up, attacking with 4, 10, even sometimes 5 out of the back.
Yeah, that's what our fullbacks are very attacking. We've got Zach Portillos on the left and David Najem on the right. Great players going forward, love to get forward. As Junior Fleming just crosses into the box, not finding anybody. But again, there's lots of penetration in these early exchanges in the first 60 minutes. We're seeing Rowdies coming on top now.
Yeah, Fleming's finding a lot of success in that right part of the field. See Schaeffer once again.
Ashley Homestore corner kick coming up once again. The Rowdies have lived on corner kicks here in the first 18. It'll be Marcel Schaeffer, second-year Rowdy, the former Bundesliga star. 11 goals, 7 assists last year. Can he get another assist here? And again, a header that goes high for Tampa Bay. The opportunities are there, but still yet to square one up.
Yeah, the corner kick was, as you see, Gorski in that header didn't quite get enough, and the ball hung a little bit too much in the air. Cam, you want to be able to drive that ball to the far post or anywhere you want to put it, but giving the advantage to the offensive player. As you see, part of the coaching staff right here, Brendan Burke, pacing up and down from Bethlehem Steel.
Yeah, Coach Burke says it's important to have his team on edge at all times. And Eddie, he is very good friends with Stuart Campbell. The two head coaches tonight, they are not bashful about even sharing strategies. Going to make this one that much more interesting, and probably one of the reasons why neither team has gotten a win so far in this series.
Well, it's one of those situations, Drew, that you know, you're in the same business. You know, Campbell's in his 4th year. Brendan Burke in his 3rd year. You know, both coaches know each other pretty well. When you talk about formations, look, there's no secret that where they're going to come out and play. It's known. It's about executing, as you know, Tam. It's about getting it done on the pitch. You know the way you're going to play. It's about putting your chances away, play good defense, and you're going to be hopefully come out with a win here.
Yeah, exactly. You know, sharing formations and strategies. Like you say, it's down to what happens on a Saturday in the game. But as you say, they're both young coaches, both relatively new to the game, trying to make their way, so they're both finding their feet, and their teams have obviously got very clear identities, and I don't see the harm in sharing formations and such like.
Derek Jones handling just outside the center circle for the Bethlehem Steel. Rowdies have had several corner kicks so far in this first 20, but we are still scoreless. Matt Mahoney and a touch back to Jones. Jones, the midfielder from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, had a goal last week in that Richmond game, and now Tampa Bay will counter with Leo Fernandez. So we've gotten into this match, Eddie. Both teams starting to develop a little bit of tempo here.
Yeah, it's about getting rid of the jitters. You know, you and I talk about the first 5-10 minutes of each half.
David Najem, the great pass. Oh, great save by McCarthy as Tampa Bay was inside the 6 and ready to make it 1-0.
Yeah, great ball by Nano playing Joe Cole, who found himself one-on-one with the goalkeeper. He wasn't able to put it away, but great chance. Courtesy of John McCarthy, the goalkeeper from Bethlehem. You see Joe Cole with a great turn right there. The center back actually, you know, slipped, and the goalkeeper McCarthy came out big. He showed himself, closed the space, minimized that angle.
Matt Mahoney in the corner, and it'll stay with Bethlehem.
Matt Mahoney working on that right side. He's been kind of quiet in the first 20 minutes of this game.
Anthony Fontana, they are so proud of him. Here he is at the top of the 18, and he runs into traffic going down that time, but a whistle is not going to come out this time.
Fontana asking for a handball. Talk to the ref.
Our next game, Rowdies fans, your next chance to catch Joe Cole, Georgie Ristoff, and Marcel Schaeffer, your Tampa Bay Rowdies on this TV, Saturday, April 7th, taking on the Ottawa Fury. Game time 7:30, pregame at 7, here on this TV, Tampa Bay.
Great switch, point of attack by the Rowdies. That's one of the things they've done well in this first half, Tam. Switching point of attack early, great shot by Joe Cole. It's actually Ristov looking for the far post.
Tampa Bay continues. We play on. This cross just over the head of Ristov. And Fernandez trying to do something with it.
And Fleming's still down in that corner, Drew.
And we've got bodies colliding on the field.
He collided with Chaluya in that right part of the field as Fleming was trying to cross the ball. Georgi Ristov with a great chance. Looking for the hat trick tonight and the record as well. You see the ball played into that corner, and Flemings was just trying to shield the ball. And if you look at his left ankle, he just rolled that outside of his left ankle. He's grabbing. It was a 50-50 ball. And of course, the fourth official having a word with Brendan Burke.
First 23 minutes of this match. First, Eddie, we'll start with you. What has surprised you so far about what has transpired on the pitch as we get a look at Stuart Campbell?
Well, I thought that Bethlehem was going to come back and come to this game and sit back a little more. They've been going forward, and they're pressing the line a little bit higher than what I expected, knowing they're playing against, you know, a great home team. But nonetheless, I knew that at some point they were going to press, you know, and try to go forward. I just didn't know when and at what time.
Yeah, the Steel have come up very fired up. As we've said, they're pressing high. They're trying to get the ball back as close to our goal as possible. And still they've found pockets in between our defense and midfield. They've got very, very tidy players, can interchange those quick passes in and around the box. And they've had their opportunities. Cody Meisel's already made one good save, 3 good saves. 1 was offside. So both teams looking dangerous at this stage, although none have converted.
One of the players identified for Bethlehem is Prosper Chaluya, who is still down and not getting up. Junior Flemings looks like he is in a little bit better shape, but still obviously shaken up.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where both players collide, and it's what we call a 50-50 challenge, a 50-50 ball. And, you know, a lot of the times, as you know, Tam, you go in and collide different body parts, and you saw Flemings and the defender from Bethlehem still down. Prosper Chaluya. And that player, Tam, that you were talking about, Corey Burke, has been able to find that gap between the 2 defensive center mids and the 2 center backs from the Rowdies. He's been able to exploit that space. And, of course, had a couple of good chances going forward.
Well, if you got what it takes to beat the experts on USLsoccer.com, show off your knowledge of the league by picking the right results of the USL's matchups each week of the season. Beat the experts on USLsoccer.com as you look at the sellout crowd tonight here at Al Lang Stadium, one of the great venues in the entire USL. This is the 2nd year for the Rowdies in this great league, Eddie. And this venue continues to get rave reviews by the Rowdies and visiting teams as well.
Yeah, no, it's great. Of course, you see the pitch, you get to come home to the, you know, weather of Florida, and then you play in this phenomenal pitch. So a lot of the fields, as you know, Tam, you play in St. Louis, AstroTurf, you play in a lot of the Canadian stadiums there, AstroTurf, and as you know, for soccer, it's just totally different than it is for football. So a great venue, as you mentioned, Drew, probably one of the best facilities in the whole USL.
Yeah, it's definitely, for me, the best place to play in the USL, without a doubt. As you said, the turf fields make a huge difference to the Rowdies' performance, which may be one of the problems why Rowdies haven't been so successful away from home. So many turf fields, it's a completely different game to the one you see here at Al Lang today.
Anthony Fontana can't catch up to that. Now the Rowdies with a quick counter. Pass doesn't get through, though. Marcel Schaeffer looked like he was running with space, Eddie.
Yeah, it's a good idea, and that's the ball that the Rowdies have to be able to pick up at center mid. It's a giveaway by Bethlehem. You got to do better, though. When you go forward, you got to deliver it right onto someone's feet. It's a good idea. Wrong club, however.
Nice pass getting through that time, but Cody Meizel right there to cut it off. And a little bit of a mix-up there as Meizel looked like he went to try and help the Bethlehem player to his feet, and it was nothing taken that time by the opposing side.
Yeah, once again, great round by Corey, and you see Collins, he's asking for, Marcel didn't like the fact that he dove, and that's what Cody Marcel is talking to the referee about. The referee's like, don't touch him. And of course, you see the conversation, but that's really what it's all about. Cam, as you know, we don't like players who dive in the box looking for that penalty kick. And you see Cody Marcel being pretty obvious about it. Of course, Cody had a great season last year with Charlotte. Great pick by the goalkeeper, Stuart Dobson, the goalkeeper for the Rowdies. He did a great job bringing him here because he's done a great job in preseason. He had a great game as well last week.
Yeah, Cody was actually here when I first joined the Rowdies, so he didn't play much in his rookie years. So it's great to see him go away, do really well for Charlotte, and then to see him come back and win the #1 jersey is fantastic.
Yeah, not only is he a great goalkeeper, but he's a true leader now, and you can tell doing things like this, sorting people out from the other side, and it's all right to have a little chat with the referee every once in a while, challenging some of the authority. However, you just wasted a little bit of time and just gaining some confidence for your side.
So we're set to have, looks like, our first substitution of the game. Junior Fleming will be exiting here in favor of Sebastian Wenzati. We're going to take a look at the far side there, and still looking for our first goal here at home to start 2018, the regular season. Talk about Cody Marcel. As good as he has been last year and early this year, he has got to keep playing well because he has got a couple great goalies giving him competition in Renates and Fitzgerald. Both of them likely to see lots of playing time this year as Schaeffer now tries for the cross, but nobody was home that time. Player will go down.
Oh, bad foul right outside the 18. Fernandez goes down, and the referee telling the defender, that's it. That's your last one. The next one will be a card. Great chance right here for the Rowdies. As Schaeffer went down, tried to deliver the ball, and you see the tackle. Anthony Fontana late. Tackle on Fernandez. Sold it well. Got a good free kick for the Rowdies right outside the 18. Once again, two choices. Schaeffer on the left, Jack Blake on the right.
It's going to be Blake this time with a curler, and just over the goal as McCarthy could not get a piece of that one, and he is lucky that did not find the back of the net.
Jack Blake looking for John McCarthy to be cheating a little bit. Inside swinger, just going direct. Cam, you usually don't go direct because the angle's not there. You usually try to cross the ball, drive the ball, but in this instance, Jack Blake trying to get that cheekiness that he's got. He's trying to go direct. Of course, he's got great pace on the ball, looking for the ball to dip, just not enough distance for the ball to drop.
Yeah, he has got that quality, Jack. He has got that in his locker, and still will be conscious about giving too many free kicks away around the area with Marcel Schaeffer and Jack Blake both
Here
able
comes
to.
Bethlehem again. Marcus Epps about to get his second shot off here tonight. Bethlehem now a little methodical. Matt Mahoney. Patience by the steal. Chambers also touching with Mahoney. Everybody tightly marked, though, Eddie. Rowdies are in good position.
Yeah, that's exactly where you want to be, tight in your defensive third. The steal doing a good job just keeping possession in that sector of the field, and they got to bring the ball all the way back, start again. Great job by the Rowdies, though, not giving any space behind their defense. That's what you want to do defensively. Just keep everything in front of you. Don't let it get behind where they can be dangerous.
There's Anthony Fontana. Rowdies certainly know where 21 is at all times, as the flag will go up once again. That's the second time Bethlehem's been called offsides.
Yeah, Anthony Fontana making a run out of the right fullback spot. Once again, talking to his teammates, saying, yeah, it was almost on, not quite. Second time he's been offsides. We have a player down on the other part of the field. Yeah, there's Flemings again. I don't think he can have Sebastian Guinzadi warming up, and you can see Flemings just not well. They're gonna have to hurry up and make the change now. Flemings coming out. The Argentine Sebastian Guinzadi comes in the game for the Rowdies.
Yeah, that's a big loss for the Rowdies. Junior Fleming's been such a threat. He's got pace. He's very tricky with the ball. He gives the Rowdies a different dimension. But obviously Seb Guinzadi coming on, very good player, works hard, strong, quick. So it's up to Seb to obviously take his chance. And I'm looking forward to see him do some work tonight.
Tam, what's the difference between Guinzadi? Of course, we saw Flemings. He had a great first 30 minutes in this game. He found success, a couple of great crosses. What's the difference between Sebastian and Flemings?
The main difference is obviously the pace of Junior that Junior has is a real threat. He will attract 3-4 players around him sometimes, which obviously takes those players out of the game once he releases the ball. Seba will link well with Georgie and Joe, maybe more of a goal threat. So when we talk about the squad being very deep and the strength and depth, this is what we're talking about. We've got Seba, who's a starter last year, played in a lot of games since he came in. These kind of players on the bench, this just shows the quality that we have in the squad.
Yeah, the depth of this Tampa Bay Rowdies. And of course, Drew, you and I talked about no injuries this far in the season, which is a plus for the Rowdies. And this is the first time they had to make a sub due to an injury. And of course, the next player has to step up. And today is the chance of Sebastian Guinzadi. He gets the call.
Marcel going up high for that one. And again, Cody Marcel standing his ground. That one just outside the 6 for Tampa Bay. Sebastian Guinzadi, by the way, is a forward from Uruguay. Spent last season with the New York Cosmos. And this his second season with Tampa Bay, a 3-time NASL champion as well.
Yeah, they had those great years with the Cosmos, of course, led by Giovanni Savaresi.
Catch all Hollywood's greatest stars 24 hours a day on this TV Tampa Bay. Plus, catch all the stars of your Tampa Bay Rowdies, including Cole, Ristoff, and Schaeffer. Watch every Rowdies home game on this TV Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's first 24-hour movie channel and the home of Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer. Drew Felios with Eddie Rodriguez, also Tam McCandawary in the booth with us. Heather Donnelly joining us on the field. First Rowdies regular season broadcast of 2018. This one's sent out by the steal, and the Rowdies will once again have it on the throw-in.
Yeah, they haven't been able to find Joe Cole's feet. They're playing that ball into space, but nothing great other than that early cross that Joe Cole tried to flick.
Tampa Bay just outside the 6, the shot on par, and another tremendous save by John McCarthy. Oh my.
And just as I mentioned his name, the ball gets delivered right there, Tam, to Joe Cole's feet, and he's got the ability to just lay the ball off. So tricky, so good on the ball. He almost had a great assist right inside the 18.
Yeah, Joe, he's been quiet so far, but like you say, he's got great quality, so you know, he'll pop up like he just did there, and he'll influence the game somehow, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's that type of player that you don't see him for 60, 70 minutes, and then you leave him alone for a second, and then he converts. And put the 1-0.
So Junior Flemings out of this game right now for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Let's send it down to the field. Heather Donnelly has more information on him. Heather?
After being subbed out of the game, Junior Fleming was over here on the sidelines being evaluated by Rowdies medical personnel, and he's now being taken on a golf cart over to the locker room, so he's not staying out here on the sideline for the rest of the first half. Guys?
All right, thank you so much, Heather. Heather will keep us updated, and that is not a good opening scene look for Tampa Bay, as Fleming's not where he wants to be in the cart right now. But it doesn't look like it's anything too serious, because remember, he did leave the field under his own power.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from up here what exactly happened. From up here in the replay, it looked like his left ankle got caught underneath the defender's leg. But as you said, Drew, it's difficult. Hopefully it's nothing serious and he can come back next game.
Rowdies now working out of the center circle. Another good run in the works here. Marcel Schaeffer, that lethal left foot, and nearly an own goal there as the steal with the slide that time by McKenzie.
And that's the reason why you want to play that ball in between the goalkeeper and the center back. You see Schaeffer with that great cross on the ground. Look, he looks up. He's trying to find Joko on the far post, actually Georgi Ristov. And as you mentioned, Drew, almost an own goal. Very difficult to guard that ball because as easily you can put that ball in the back of your own net.
How difficult is it, guys, when you have a team like Bethlehem with so many different starting lineups? 30 different lineups Coach Burke is expecting to go with this season. The Rowdies a lot more cohesive. Do they have the edge in that department, cohesion and chemistry tonight?
I would definitely have to say yes. It must be very difficult for Brendan Burke to really, get some cohesion with his team. The Rowdies obviously an independent team, so the players are together every day. And as you said, there's 8 MLS players from the roster come down tonight, so he must find it so hard to know what he's going to get, game to game. Although they do play in the same system as the Union, it must be very difficult to figure out what to do.
Derek Jones had that one taken away, and Eddie, it's got to be difficult with guys and their careers going different ways. Having to join forces, so many different lineups, and finding that chemistry certainly a challenge. Coach Burke has done just a phenomenal job.
Yeah, he's done a great job because he's dealing with a lot of different players, a lot of different characteristics, if you will. But one of the things that helps them, you see this early cross, is the factor that they play the same system. They play a 4-2-3-1. So when you ask for a right fullback, they're going to send you someone who knows how to play that spot on the field. So it's kind of like a puzzle. Each piece is going to fit that system, and that's the reason why they play all the way from the MLS team all the way down to their academy. And that's why they play like that. Barcelona does the same thing. So everybody in that system knows how to play that position.
Yeah, but that's the reason why it will be easier for him to pick a team and produce the football that they have been producing, because they all do know the system very well. And like you say, it's like a puzzle, putting a puzzle together. They all know the system and will all be very comfortable in their positions.
Schaeffer trying to hold it in the corner now for Tampa Bay, and it'll be a throw-in for Zach Portillos. Rowdies were dominant at home last season, trying to establish that here in their first regular season home game. And there's another blast by Jack Blake. He is getting great looks so far this season. And how about the job McCarthy is doing in goal?
Yeah, Jack Blake would love to have that one back. Had a good look at that far post. He was trying to bend it to the far post. Didn't quite get enough of the ball. John McCarthy, though, good presence. He came out. He controlled that ball. But Jack Blake looking for that in-swinger to the far post. That's one of the things he does so well, Tam. He can strike the ball, a driven ball, but he can also curve it. He had 6-7 goals last year for the NASL Armada side in Jacksonville. A player that definitely loves to score goals.
He's got a great ability, as you say, and we're looking for him to bring that into the team and take the pressure off players like Marcel, Georgie, and Joe Cole. So we should have goal threats from several positions on the field.
Nearing the end of this first half, 41st minute. Well, let's send it down to Heather, who has more from the field. Heather, what's going on?
Steele looking to switch the point of attack. And Drew, they haven't been able to switch that 50-yard switch on the money. They're trying, they're keeping the ball defensively, and then all of a sudden, Tam, they try to spring that diagonal ball that is so difficult to guard. They haven't been able to hit that with precision, though. That ball has to be right on the money into space so you can lead someone on.
Top the 18. Nice 1-2 there for Bethlehem, but again, just too many green and gold jerseys in the vicinity. The Rowdies, as this half has gone along, their defense has really tightened up.
Yeah, keeping that shape defensively. You're talking about the 4 in the back and the 2 in front, which are Schaeffer and, of course, Jack Blake. They've done a great job. They adjusted at the first 15 minutes of the game because Corey Burke found some space. Now there's no space in between those 4 players, winning everything defensively.
Both of these teams 1-0 coming into this week. Chambers trying to get it going for Bethlehem. Bethlehem with a couple good chances in the opening 10 minutes, but since have been a little bit quiet. Now Derek Jones, a good touch that time. Herbers sends it back out, and Bethlehem will work.
Good recovery by the Rowdies defensively, keeping that shape in the back, just not letting that penetrating run in between the gaps, the center back and the fullback.
Ralph Smob, very active tonight. How much of a difference do they make, Tam, especially when you watch the reactions and just try and get into the head of the visiting team?
Yeah, the mob are huge for us. They're constantly making noise. You can hear the drums banging and them singing all along. So it does make a huge difference to us. They're like our 12th man. And, you know, you go to some of the stadiums, it's so quiet, you can hear a pin drop. So coming here and being able to play here so often is amazing.
Well, we wondered coming into tonight, how well would the Rowdies handle the Bethlehem press? So far, so good.
Yeah, they've done a good job. They gave up a couple of good chances in the first half, like I said. Corey Burke finding some space. But other than that, they adjusted the lines, and now they're doing a great job. You see Collins coming out of the back. And, of course, it all starts with the goalkeeper by Cody Mizell, sorting out the lines and playing defense first. They've had a couple of times when they found Joe Cole on top and even Ristov, a couple of good chances. As we get towards the end of this first half.
Ball sails into the stands on that far side. A picture-perfect night for soccer here at Al Lang Stadium.
It's very important now that the Rowdies see out this first half. Maintain possession of the ball. No mistakes. Get to halftime, regroup. Fresh ideas and fresh attack, fresh energy for the second half.
Yeah, we always talk about the importance of the first 5 minutes of each half. And the last 5 minutes, and as you know, Tam, that's when a lot of the errors happen. It happened to the Rowdies in one of the last preseason games. As we get closer to the end of this first half, but keeping possession of the game is a must. As Tam mentioned, get to the half, sort out the lines.
4 minutes of stoppage time coming up. So plenty of time on the clock for both teams to get something going here before intermission. Oh, ball turned over, and an opportunity for Leo Fernandez on the rebound, the header, and the goal!
The linesman waving it off. Fernandez having to go at the linesman, saying it did cross the line. From our vantage point, it looked like it did. As a home crowd.
Oh, that's clearly a goal. Clearly.
Absolutely, it's a goal. As we see it in the big screen, the ball crossed the line completely, as the rule stipulates. And that's the reaction from the home crowd as they get to watch the replay on the big screen. The ball completely crossed the line.
Another shot coming up, deflected and taken in by McCarthy. That was so clear. We could see it from up here, and Eddie, we've called a lot of games in the past. I've never seen a call misjudged like that one was.
And that call definitely goes to the linesman because he's got the angle. The main referee cannot tell by the depth, but the linesman, as you know, Tam, he's got the angle, and you can clearly see that the ball goes all the way through. Of course, the steal, they're going to argue that not the entire ball crossed the line. We saw clearly in the replay that that wasn't the case. The ball went in. As the defender was, A.J. Patterson was taking a step backwards, but he was good 2-3 steps into his own goal.
So the Rowdies will have to shake off having a goal taken away from them. Still attacking here at the end of the first half. And guys, I am still shocked. Seen a lot of calls not go your way in the past, but that one was as clear as day.
And Tam, that goes to what you were talking about. Don't give up an easy goal in the last few minutes of this game. Well, the steal almost did. Leo Fernandez with a great chance. 3 times he made contact with the ball. Great effort by following his own shot.
And guys, with that, I must say, I think I owe everybody an apology, ready to celebrate that first goal. But it wasn't officially a goal. A little giddy to have our first goal at home here in 2018. Wow, what a moment.
It was so obvious. The whole ball went in, so I actually concur with you as to call the goal.
Left-footed, this time by Schaeffer. And sent out once again. About a minute left here in stoppage time. Tampa Bay getting great looks. Ball deflected inside the 18, and Bethlehem will try and collect it.
That's very disappointing. You know, you expect the officials to be able to see and make decisions like that are so clear. You know, this could be the difference between the Rowdies being 1-0 up, you know, 3 points or 1 point, you know, 1 point or no point. So it's very disappointing that the referees and the officials didn't call that goal.
Well, not only that, Tam, but also the difference in going into halftime with a 1-0 lead or going at a draw 0-0. There's a huge difference between the two because in the second half, you can just manage the time. As you hear the home crowd, Drew, not liking the last call of the referee. And you see the entire coaching staff right there. It's actually the players by the Rowdies.
So order trying to be restored here to end the first half, and the Rowdies have a task on their hands now to try and shake that one off, but certainly not easy when you have a goal simply taken away from you like that one was.
Yeah, the boys will be very cool.
Let's send it down on the field. Heather is with Coach Burke.
All right, thank you, Drew. Coach, it's locked up here at 0 at the half. It's always close between these two teams. What stood out to you about the first half?
Their quality. They were really good. Our goalkeeper did a great job of keeping us in the game there a couple times. Honestly, a tough decision. I see they're all over the referee right now walking off the field, the entire Tampa team, and probably was a goal. So tough decision there. But we had a penalty not given, so kind of evens out in the end.
Yeah, I was going to say, your thoughts, a little bit of a lucky break there for you in stoppage time?
Yeah, for sure, but we didn't get our penalty when Corey was clearly fouled, so we'll take it. It's been a crazy game so far. Would expect nothing less with these two teams.
Yeah, always a good one between the Rowdies and Bethlehem Steel. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks.
So the Tampa Bay Rowdies head to intermission and still looking for their first goal at home here in 2018. Halftime festivities coming up from downtown St. Pete, Tampa Bay and Bethlehem on this TV.
Across Florida, we're listening to customers like you, and we're working hard to build the brighter energy future you and your family deserve. That's why we're making smart investments in the grid to improve reliability and prevent outages, to use more clean, renewable energy like solar, and to give you better control over your energy use today and in the years ahead. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, You live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater. Solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Welcome back to Al Lang Stadium. We're at halftime. The Tampa Bay Rowdies still scoreless with the Bethlehem Steel, and this Rowdies crowd a little bit in shock after what transpired in the past few minutes. Drew Felios alongside Eddie Rodriguez. Eddie, we've seen a lot of bizarre plays in the games that we have called in this league, but that one, I think, topped the rest. Everybody in this stadium could see that was clearly a goal.
Well, especially when you're playing at home, Drew, you think you would get the home field advantage. That wasn't the case. The ball went clearly inside, at least 2 steps inside the goal. The linesman had the right angle, and of course the referee did not call it. Right at the end of the first half, it would have been a difference going up 1-0 at half, and now there's 0-0, and you got to format the whole second half.
Yeah, Rowdies controlled the pace of play for most of that first half. In the opening minutes, Bethlehem getting several opportunities, but so was Tampa Bay. As you see, causing havoc inside the 6, John McCarthy able to jump on that one for Bethlehem. He was certainly busy, and Bethlehem also getting their chances as well, waking up Mizell.
Yeah, Cody Burke was able to find the gaps in between the center mids and the fullbacks. How about Cody Mizell with a great save right here? Sending the ball for a corner kick, just what you need out of your goalkeeper. And how about this set piece from Bethlehem? And swinger to the far post. Burke goes up in the air, and Mizell once again with a one-handed grab to keep the Rowdies with a 0-0.
Tell you what, Mizell really making big plays in the first 2 weeks for Tampa Bay. Then the Rowdies seem to control play from here on out. McCarthy, again, duplicating what Mizell did with that right-footed save, and the Rowdies would keep attacking.
Yeah, Leo Fernandez right here with a left-footed shot. And the goalkeeper, McCarthy, once again with a great save, owning his box. Leo Fernandez once again with a great shot. He follows up with a header. Keeper makes the save. And look at the defender, 3 yards inside his own goal as Fernandez points at the linesman. Watch how deep Patterson is into his own goal. That should have been a goal. It was disallowed.
Incredible. Look at the shots on goal. Rowdies dominating in that category, 7-2, 14-2 on shots period. Corner kicks as well. This stat line brought to you by Technia Logistics. The Rowdies and Bethlehem Steel on paper right now. The edge goes to Tampa Bay.
Well, just when you look at the possession being 50-50, pretty much the same for both sides. When you look at the shot difference, 14 for the Rowdies and how about 14 corner kicks? That tells you how much they're attacking out of the back for the Rowdies.
So for the second half, Eddie, more of the same for Tampa Bay. Do you expect them to keep doing what they're doing, and eventually one of those balls will find the back of the net?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to come out with the same formation, keep good, sound, solid defense, send the players up, get Cole involved in that, get wrist stuff, get a couple of great crosses once again by Leo Fernandez going forward. Nano, Nanchoff, you got to go forward and you got to put the first one in the back of the net.
All right, one thing is certain, this crowd is live and well here at Al Lang tonight. At halftime, the Rowdies and the Steel will have more from St. Pete in a moment.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
In the Tampa Bay area, the weather can change in an instant. Especially during storm season, it pays to stay on top of it. That's what makes the free TVO weather app so indispensable. You can track approaching storms with animated radar that zooms to your location. And you can click on the Future Radar button to see where the weather is heading. Don't get caught in the rain. Download TVO Weather today. Go to tvo.com/weather to get started.
Our broadcast starts at 7 o'clock with kickoff set for 7:30 here at Al Lang Stadium. Ottawa goalkeeper Callum Irving will be one to watch in that match. Last week, he earned himself a nomination for Save of the Week with his quick reaction to a powerful header by Charlotte's Jorge Herrera in the 54th minute. The Rowdies will also face off with Cito Sione, who scored the lone goal in Ottawa's 4-1 loss to Charlotte last weekend. The Spanish forward is in his second year with the club and scored 5 goals for the Fury last season. Be sure to tune into This TV Tampa Bay on Saturday, April 7th as the Rowdies host Ottawa Fury FC. Now, here's Drew Felios with USL News and Notes.
Take a look at the USL standings. Tampa Bay Rowdies tonight hoping to get the 3 points and stay on top of the Eastern Conference. Bethlehem, Charlotte also off to a good start. Louisville City, the defending champion in the USL. New York Red Bulls, too, also the team that eliminated the Rowdies 1 season ago. It's going to be an interesting 2018, certainly. Take a look at scores from around the league tonight. Atlanta United 2, 3-1 over the Red Bulls 2 right now. That one in the second half. Louisville City and North Carolina FC, that game postponed. Indy 11, a 1-0 final over Richmond. Charleston over Penn FC. Nashville and Pittsburgh, a scoreless tie. Charlotte Independence in control right now over Toronto. You know, the USL opens the 28th season last week with a record-setting attendance. Almost 70,000 fans went to soccer games last week. That's a 20% rise last year from attendance in the USL. The Las Vegas Lights, they win their inaugural USL game 3-2 over another team playing their first game, Fresno FC. The Lights getting their first goal 70 seconds in by Vegas native Matt Thomas. That's an awesome moment. And the USL power rankings are out. The Tampa Bay Rowdies #1 after week 1 and a 3-1 win. Well, it's time now for a special USL interview.
Today by Jake Edwards, president of the USL. Just getting ready to kick off an exciting 2018 season. Jake, thank you very much for joining us today.
Great, my pleasure.
Looking at some of the players, we've had a number of internationals now that call the USL home. What does that mean to you and the rest of the folks at the league that we're seeing so many of these world-class players now apply their trade here with the USL?
It's important. It's a testament to the growth of the league, the exposure the league's getting around the world now, that players in a number of countries are now seeing the USL regularly, appreciating the quality of what's going on here, and want to make this the league they want to play in, whether that's Didier Drogba, Joe Cole, and players of that caliber and quality who have played at the very highest level. We've had a significant amount of players this season that have played in the Gold Cup, that have played in the World Cup qualifiers, that are playing full senior international, as well as a nice mix of some of the next best players coming out of this country, you know, players on the under-20 national teams. And it's an exciting mix on the field, and I think it just speaks to the commitment and the investment that the owners are making into their clubs, the quality of coaches we now have in our league, and their ability to recruit players from all around the world. And I think it's just the quality of the competition certainly attracting better and better players.
You touched on coaching a little bit with the number of call-ups that we've seen as well from the players here at the USL playing for their national teams. What does that speak to in terms of the quality of coaching that we've seen?
It's great. It's an area of our league we take seriously, and we spend a lot of time on. We have a full-time department here that just works with our coaches. It is critical that we continue to attract better coaches all the time. We've got coaches now that have coached at the MLS, that have coached in Liga MX, that have coached in some of the top leagues around the world. What that brings is an understanding of what it takes to build a professional football club and how to instill a real football culture. Make no mistake, it's a large reason why we have so many top-class players coming in the league, and it's testament to the quality of coaches. Last year we had 2 coaches go on the new Federation Pro license. Now we've got 9 coaches on the Pro license this year, and more coming next year. So those coaches are doing tremendous work at the clubs, from the first team all the way down to the youth programs in the community.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
Underway, second half at Al Lang Stadium. Tampa Bay Rowdies and Bethlehem Steel. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, and Heather Donnelly down on the field. Also joined by Tam McCandawary, the Tampa Bay Rowdy, our special guest tonight in the booth, offering his expert analysis. It's been a fun night so far, although still looking for our first goal.
Yeah, it's been a great game. Of course, the Rowdies would love to have that 1 goal back if they could. That's courtesy by the referee, who did not allow that goal late in this first half. So now the Rowdies went into the locker room at halftime trying to come up with the second half scheme. Tammy, as you know, you have to forget about the first half. a lot of the times in the coaching world, we'll separate the games in half. What you do in the first half and how do you react? How do you come back to the second half when the game is even at 0?
Rowdies attacking just outside the 18, try and cross one there. It's deflected though by Derek Jones. See all the fans out on the berm waiting for that first home goal of 2018.
Definitely a great crowd tonight for the home opener for the Rowdies. And once again, De Steele looking for Marcus Epps, the USF Bull graduate.
John McCarthy, several saves in that first half. He could probably put together a highlight reel of saves for what he was able to pull out. And he did it with his feet, he did it with his hands, he did it every which way, keeping his team in the game.
Yeah, definitely. Those great 3 saves actually he made against Leo Fernandez in that almost goal. Did a great job, and of course, subsequently the ball went in the back of the net. But one of the defenders, AJ Patterson, was inside the goal, but great job by the goalkeeper John McCarthy, as you mentioned. 3 saves in 1 play. It's been crucial for the Steel in the first half in this game.
Tam, what do you think the message would be at halftime to Tampa Bay?
I think it would be more of the same. Obviously, we've seen the stats at halftime. Rowdies on top in shots. Possession the same, but we've obviously created more chances. And I think as the game progresses, you get to 60, 70, 80 minutes, you'll see Joe Cole get more space, Marcel Schaeffer get more space, Jack Blake come into the game a bit more and be very influential on the scoreline.
Lay call here, Joe Cole. Referee having a chat with him. A little bit of a late challenge by the Englishman. You're right, Tam. You want him to get the ball. You see him right there in the middle of your screen with all that experience. You got to make sure you deliver the ball to his feet. He's so clever on those great turns. He's got the ability to just see what's going to transpire in the next 2 seconds. And of course, he's got great vision as he goes to goal. Great finishing skills.
Steele. Long blast down the field. And now Marcus Epps unable to collect it for Bethlehem, and the Rowdies trying to counter here. If you were to measure time of possession here in this game, and of course shots, Tampa Bay has dominated since about the 11th minute.
George Bristoff with a great cross in the box.
Nice
Leo
one
Fernandez.
too. And McCarthy there to save it for Bethlehem.
That's a more good combination play by the Rowdies down this right-hand side. Joe Cole linking up very nice with Seba Granzati, and again McCarthy being worked.
And that's what I was talking about that Joe Cole provides. You can see that little flick of his right shoulder. He puts Granzati through. He wasn't able to hit the back of the net, but just great chance by the Rowdies.
And Swinger this time. And Rowdies with another chance just outside the 6. Lots of traffic there for Bethlehem. Najim will take a shot, and this one will sail high.
Nano doesn't quite get enough on the ball. Actually, Najim on the ball. Good job bringing the ball down outside the 18. Just he was looking to strike the ball with the outside of his right foot. Didn't make a clean hit. But Tam, as you mentioned, it was a great build-up on the Tampa Bay side, just out of the back. 1-2, ball into the center forward, which is Joe Cole. He flicked the ball, and just like that, Granzati was inside the 6 with a chance to take a shot on goal.
Leo Fernandez, active since the opening minutes. And this one just a little bit too far. Good idea, though, for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, once again, Sebastian Granzati on the far post. It's a good idea by Leo Fernandez. That in-swinger cross. But Drew, just the fact that they're getting there, they're getting to take a shot. Yeah, not the best of shots, but however, as long as you're making and creating chances out of the back, you get to work on the finishing later on.
Crowd still anticipating that first goal. They thought they had it in extra time in that first half, but head referee Rubio Vasquez thought otherwise, and boy, did he get an earful as he exited the field for intermission.
Yeah, the home crowd, I guarantee you, as soon as the Rowdies can put the ball in the back of the net, they're going to just erupt. They're waiting for that. It happened already, and of course the goal was disallowed by the referee, but he clearly was all the way through the line, inside the goal. And Drew, I'm sure both referees, 3 referees, had a chance to look at the replay at half.
Well, we knew the Rowdies were going to be younger, going to be faster this year. We've clearly seen glimpses of that here so far in this match as Najim throws it in, and the Rowdies will attack. This one goes far post. Ristoff was in the vicinity, but couldn't catch up to it that time. Tampa Bay will keep possession, though.
Yeah, Joe Cole with that early cross looking for Georgie Ristoff in the box. Got a little bit too much under the ball. That's the early delivery that you want.
Now from the right side, Najim trying to catch up to it. And this one will roll out once again. Hey, make sure you cast your vote for the USL Goal of the Week every Monday evening at USLsoccer.com as the road to the Fans' Choice USL Goal of the Year continues throughout the season.
You can see the pace of the game's just dropped a little bit now after the first 5 minutes or so. It's just settled into a nice steady rhythm. Both teams just finding their feet again, probing and trying to look for that first goal.
Matt Mahoney collecting for Bethlehem.
Now the steal coming out of the back while keeping possession of the ball. That's, I'm sure, something Coach Brandon Burke.
This one given up. Tampa Bay with an opportunity here, Eddie. And clearly a takedown right across midfield, and the official will step in and hand out the first yellow of the contest to Fabian Herbers.
Yeah, Herbert's grabbing Joe Cole from behind in a clear breakaway. As you see Brandon Burke tell him to get rid of the ball, you see Cole, great turn right here. And just like that, you see the 2 hands on the hips of Joe Cole, and the referee close enough, makes the call in, delivers the first yellow card of the game to Fabian Herbs.
It's been a very physical game. Hard to believe that is the first sample of discipline that we have seen tonight. And more physicality right there, all tied up. Well, hey, Rowdies fans, weekdays starting at 4 on More. It's family fun time featuring Steve Harvey, the Goldbergs, Modern Family, and Tampa Bay's #1 comedy, The Big Bang Theory. Turn on the laughs and get more with MOR. 55th minute here in downtown St. Pete.
Corner kick for the steal. First one of the second half for them.
It's amazing, Eddie. They have not had really any opportunities at corner kicks, any quality chances here tonight.
Yeah, and for them, this is important. This is when you want to send numbers up into the box. Get some quality chances. Both center backs are up there. As you know, Tam, when the game's tied, you got to take care of set pieces. Whether it's a corner kick or free kick outside the box, you got to maximize the potential in that.
McKenzie gives this one a long ride. Bethlehem very athletic. They've got some skywalkers in there right now in position, and a height advantage as well. Here's Derek Jones trying to tee one up. Marcel in position.
Derek Jones outside the box. Good clean contact right at the hands of Cody Mizell.
thought coming in, Eddie, we would see longer possessions and more possessions from the steal. That has not happened tonight so far. Why?
Well, we talked about the chemistry and bringing players from MLS and players that haven't played together, so it's difficult to get that chemistry going. You see more from the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Good job by Najim, looking for that near post, looking for Georgi Ristov and Leo Fernandez making those good runs in the second post. And that's the challenge, Drew, that Coach Brendan Burke has with how many players come down from the MLS to play with his USL team. So, as he talked about, so many different players. Corner kick brought to you by Ashley Home Stores. Once again, Schaeffer, left foot in swinger. Look at Collins right there. An individual challenge. He's probably the best header in this team.
Muscle for position. Rowdies look like they would have a opportunity for a split second there, but it gets away. And now Bethlehem will use their speed to try and collect. And there's Najim again, active for the Rowdies, and just kind of looks, gave a look at Fabian Herbers that time, like, come on, was it really that dramatic?
Yeah, great job by Najim, not only playing his defensive role, but he's done a great job getting to that end line, getting a couple of great crosses.
David Najim, Eddie, have to mention, his brother Adam is actually on the Bethlehem roster. So brothers on both sides here tonight.
Yeah, we actually saw them play against each other when the Philadelphia Union came to play the Rowdies in the Rowdies preseason tournament with all the MLS teams. The brothers were on the field at the same time.
Bethlehem trying to answer Anthony Fontana, been a little bit quiet since he had a good look on goal in the opening minutes. Jack Blake for the Rowdies. And Tampa Bay with numbers now. A little bit of space to work with. Schaeffer trying to put it in the air as McCarthy has it out of bounds. That'll be another corner kick coming up for Tampa Bay.
Well, as Tam mentioned, definitely the tempo of the game has changed in the second half. As you know, Tam, this is when legs are starting to get heavy. Once again, corner kick brought to you by Ashley Home Stores. On the other side, but Jack Blake, right foot in swinger.
Blake puts it in a pretty good spot. Left it a little bit long, though. And now chased down on the far side. Portillo's a nice touch for Tampa Bay. Schaeffer sprints to get in position. Here comes the cross, and just nobody home that time.
Great challenge in the back. You can tell Collins got all ball.
Fernandez had a magic in his foot last week. Here's a blast from the top by Najim. Long possession here for Tampa Bay.
Great ball by Schaeffer. And that's one of the things he does so good, Tam. That delivery with that left foot, pinpoint precision, looking at the far post for Joe Cole.
Just outside the 18, a shot by Schaeffer. Caught up in traffic.
Collins was looking to make contact off of Schaeffer's cross.
This has been good from the Rowdies. It's a sustained period of pressure, corner kicks, deliveries into the box, picking up the second balls, maintaining that pressure on the steal, trying to get that first goal, but very patient at the same time. They're not rushing, they're not being sloppy, switching play. Rowdies looking good in the second half.
Takedown there, and a whistle. Oh, that was a hard one. As Chaluya there, and Georgi Ristov complete his case for a yellow or even possibly a red card. Well, the USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date. Take a look first at this replay. And an ugly takedown there.
Yeah, and Chaluya was late to the tackle, but great job by Georgi Ristov selling it, though. Actually, I think it was Sebastian Ginsari. Jack Blake with a delivery. Look at Collins, far post. Ristoff.
Blake sends this one in a great spot. The header is on point and a goal!
Great delivery once again by Jack Blake. We talk about the importance of a great delivery and set pieces. And who else? By Georgi Ristoff. Great header by the number 10. He gets up. Nobody around him. Nothing John McCarthy could do. Look at that, catching the ball at his highest point, which is when you want to make contact. And just like that, the Rowdies go up 1-0.
It's nothing less than the Rowdies deserve, especially Georgie's done a lot of good work outside the box, especially on the left-hand side early on and throughout the game. So delight for Georgie. 2 more goals and he breaks the record. Hopefully it'll come in this game, but we'll see.
This Outland crowd alive and well as Georgi Ristoff lights it up in the 62nd minute for Tampa Bay and their first goal at home for 2018.
Give credit to Jack Blake with that great delivery. We talked about his brilliant right foot. Just great delivery right on the dot to the head of Georgi Ristoff, who just finished it up for the 1-0 lead by the Rowdies. Just at the right time. Tam just finished saying the importance of the Rowdies just going forward, attacking, keeping possession, and not rushing anything, just taking their time as they continue to go forward. Deliveries on both sides by Schaeffer on the left and Blake from the right.
Yeah, it's about game management now for the Rowdies. 1-0 up. They want to try and keep hold of the ball, keep shifting the stills from side to side, wait for the penetration, and hopefully we'll get that second goal.
Throw it on the far side now for Tampa Bay. So that goal for Georgi Ristoff, his 55th goal as a Tampa Bay Rowdy. He is now 2 away from tying all-time leading scorer Derek Smethurst, who played from 1975 to 1978. That record, 40 years old. 57 goals for that all-time mark, Eddie. Here's Ristoff again. Ristoff fights off a defender and nearly squeezed that one through.
And the quality of ball is just perfect into space. And Georgi Ristoff trying to flick the ball as the goalkeeper McCarthy came out. And Leo Fernandez telling him he was open in the far post. Didn't quite catch enough of the ball as he was trying to get under it. As Georgi apologizing for not looking at Fernandez as he was making a good run.
Corner kick brought to you by Ashley Home Stores. And how about Jack Blake? The last set piece was money as he got it to Ristoff. And now Tampa Bay trying to go to the well again as Neil Collins got a touch that time. Our next game, Rowdies fans, your next chance to catch Joe Cole, Georgi Ristoff, and Marcel Schaeffer. Your Tampa Bay Rowdies on this TV Saturday, April 7th, as the Ottawa Fury come to town. Game time 7:30, pregame at 7 o'clock. Heather Donnelly gets it rolling with Eddie down on the set here on this TV, Tampa Bay. Our first broadcast, Eddie. It is so great to be here tonight, be a part of this fine crew here at Al Lang Stadium. Our first of many awesome games here this season.
Tremendous franchise with so much history going forward now. Great chance, Kinsati, great ball in the box.
Well, we also want to invite you to hit us up on Twitter. The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow USL on Twitter.
The Steel Tam doing a better job just keeping the ball out of the back ever since they gave up that early goal in the second half. Seems like they came down a little bit. And I'm sure he was by their coach's instructions, Brendan Burke.
Rowdies have to stay on point defensively here as Schaeffer on that far side cannot collect. It'll be a throw in for Bethlehem. Bethlehem sending young guys like Corey Burke, Anthony Fontana, and Austin Trusty onto the first team. And now Santi Mowar, the midfielder from Spain, and a player, Eddie, that we've had a chance to see as Herbers heads out. But Mowar is a difference maker. And Tam, you know what this guy is capable of as well.
Yeah, he's a very good player. He's a danger, definitely a threat. I felt they still needed to make some changes. They're looking actually a bit leggy. The humidity and the temperature is definitely taking its toll on them, and they're looking a bit tired. So, again, as you said, Drew, Rowdies need to stay on point defensively here.
Yeah, and this is right around the time, Tam, as you know, where if you're going to bring a player to make a spark, you want to give him enough time to adjust to the game and so also adjust to the conditions. You know, a lot different, the humidity between here than in PA, so a player has to get adjusted to that. It's going to take at least 10 minutes to get used to the tempo of the game. So as a coach, you want to make sure you give him enough time to get here and get used to the rhythm of the game.
Back to work now for Tampa Bay. Sebastian Wenzati, young man out of Uruguay, former New York Cosmo. Match him to throw it in. Oh, nice ball there, sneaks through, and Bethlehem has a run cut off. Great job by Hunter Gorski to get on the ground when he had to.
That's a savior right there, Gorski. Great job.
Fernandez now, little time and space. Hesitates, shoots, and scores!
Leo Fernandez with a great strike outside the box. We talk about the Rowdies' ability to come from the right, from the left. And just like that, Leo collects a ball, looks up, goes one-on-one inside the 18. Does a step over to the left side. Great strike to the far post to make it 2-0 for the Rowdies. Look at the goalkeeper, John McCarthy, a little bit late. He stepped to the left, and by the time he tried to adjust, Fernandez, his first goal of the season.
Great finish by Leo Fernandez there. 2-2 for Leo and 2-2 for Georgie. Front line is on fire right now. You're talking about goals coming from all over the pitch. These two guys are right up there now, top of the charts, and you know, hopefully this continues into the games.
As this game has gone on and this crowd has continued to get into it here at Al Lang, Bethlehem starting to get overwhelmed by the chances and the depth and the overall talent of this Rowdies roster. All the right buttons being pushed tonight, Eddie, especially in the second half.
Well, you can tell physically as well. You can tell the difference. Tam and I talked about it. They're dropping a little bit. And, of course, with the high pressure of the Rowdies, they keep winning the ball, especially tactically in good spaces going forward. And now they're finding themselves just getting behind that defensive line. I think the Steel needs to make a couple of subs right now just to keep going forward.
Well, the USL's official Facebook page brings you the best from across the league with news, highlights, and interactive features like the USL on Facebook to get the league's best content delivered to you. A like on Facebook for the USL as this league continues to grow and prosper. Eddie, we talked about the attendance in week one, nearly 70,000 fans and a huge increase from a year ago. The popularity of this great game in this league continues to flourish.
Well, it is the biggest second division league in the world, the USL, with great teams like the Rowdies and the Steel. I mean, you take a look at tonight, Drew, with this great home crowd, opening game for the Rowdies, and we still haven't gotten the numbers, but just great crowd tonight in attendance.
This Rowdies team, and Tam, you can certainly attest to this. The goal this year, kind of like the Golden State Warriors in the NBA or the New England Patriots of the NFL, is to win the USL crown. It is simply win the cup or else. I mean, not like it's completely everything, but clearly the goal has been defined, and now it is the players and the coaches who have to attain that goal.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, like I've said it before, there's no shame in us admitting that is what we want to do this year. And if you look at the signings that Coach Campbell has made, that the Rowdies have made, you know, we should be unstoppable at home for me. You look at you're talking about losing Junior Flemings earlier on. Seba Guinzazzi coming on, being fantastic. Actually won the foul that the first goal came from. So the strength and depth of this squad is unbelievable to me. We should be very good at home.
Yeah, definitely great job by the coaching staff keeping such a depth in the squad, and that's what Tame's talking about. The next player stepping in. You know, I mean, you saw Sebastian Guinzazzi coming in, and of course he's got a couple of great chances, and that's after Flemings couldn't keep going in the early first half.
Here's Chaluya now working out of the corner for Bethlehem. Tampa Bay again in position defensively. The Rowdies were out of sorts about the first 10 minutes, but they have done a marvelous job in the last 60+ minutes, marking very tightly and simply not getting caught off guard.
Yeah, they struggle a little bit, just giving up some of that space between, you know, the two defensive center mids and the center backs. And Corey Burke found himself a couple of times free, making, you know, deep runs with success. And after they adjusted those lines, they've done a great job just keeping the ball and not letting those gaps get found.
Here's Chaluya, tries the cross. And Rowdies able to get it back. Crowd chanting Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay, here in the 73rd minute. And going down this time. Let's see if this is going to possibly bring out a yellow. This is the time of the game where legs start getting just a little bit heavy, and Bethlehem trailing by 2 goals. A little bit of desperation there as Jack Blake went to the turf.
Well, and this is when, you know, you as a coach need to worry about manage the time. You see Stuart Campbell on the bench. You can make a couple of subs. You can worry about just, you're up 2-0 as you see Jack Blake right here taking a player on. He gets tripped from behind and just taking advantage of a couple of seconds here, getting a well-deserved rest. You see the trainer came all the way out to take care of Jack Blake. Lance Roseboom enters the game. Joe Cole comes out.
Yeah, Roseboom signed back in January from the Ottawa Fury. And he's a midfielder, Tam, that brings a lot of experience and very well respected around the league as well.
Yeah, he's a very good player, Lance. Great lad as well. He's come on now to close out the game. Defensive-minded, will block off the passing lanes for the steal and do a great job securing, hopefully, the win for the Rowdies.
And that's the tactical substitution right there, Drew. You bring an offensive player in Joe Cole, and you bring a defensive center mid and Lance Roseboom on one hand. On the other side, Corey Burke comes out. Keep your eye on Brandon Allen. Had 2 goals for the Steel last year. We talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast. He had 2 great goals against the Richmond Kickers. And of course, the coach Brandon Burke trying to do exactly the opposite, trying to bring a player who can score goals, trying to tie up this game in the last 20 minutes.
And that begs for this question in the 75th minute. Are you surprised that we're seeing Brandon Allen this late? I mean, he scored 2 goals last week. He was the story of that week 1. Clearly your team needing a spark here in Bethlehem. Are you surprised to see him this late, Eddie?
A little bit. I think I would have put him in as soon as they gave up that second goal. Once again, to give enough chance to adjust to the game. As you see the shot inside the 18, but not anywhere near the frame.
That was Marcus Epps again, the former USF star. He's had some pretty good opportunities tonight. This is a young player that the organization, Philadelphia Union, very high on. A guy that they think can do a little bit of everything, and he's got an electric right foot.
Well, he had a great career at USF down the street, so for him, it's almost a homecoming, so that's why he's playing so well tonight.
You know, it's amazing, though. You listen to Coach Brendan Burke of this Bethlehem team. He says that when it comes to signing guys, going out on the market and looking at players to help their organization, the cap is about age 24. Nobody older than that is going to be brought on by the Bethlehem Steel. I mean, that's a very tight window, Tam, for you to be a player and know either you're making it or you're not making it.
Yeah, the guys seem to be getting younger and younger in the league, and you know, you certainly look at the Rowdies roster. It has quite a lot of experienced older players. So it's, at this stage, the USL is very much a developmental league at the same time as a very good league. But it just shows you that the future of American soccer, they're really trying to get these young players and work with them from an earlier age.
Yeah, but I think we're talking about two different franchises. Of course, the Rowdies, an independent franchise who are looking to be prominent in this league and trying to win the whole league. And when you look at the Steel, they're more of a farm team system for the Philadelphia Union. Their concern is to bring up players to the MLS. They've done a great job. They've sent 6 players over the last couple of years to the next level. So they're doing the job, Drew, but it's more of like a AAA, if you would.
Another clean sheet so far for Marcel. And I mentioned that 24-year-old number, Eddie, because Brandon Allen, he is 24 years old, and he's a guy that just thought he did not get a fair shake in MLS with the New York Red Bulls. Now with another chance for Bethlehem. Tampa Bay threatening. Oh, that nearly was a tap-in for Tampa Bay and could have been the 3rd goal of the night. Christoph was right there in position, just inches away.
Yeah, great job once again by Fernandez, looking to the far post. Look at that. Just a bit off. Christoph looking for that tap-in. Great delivery, just great idea, Tam. That's what you want to do. As you see your number 10 right there, Georgi Christoph. Always right place, right time. That's a sign of a great striker going forward.
Yeah, for sure. Georgie is always on the right spot. That's why he's got so many goals. And again, Leo Fernandez, a big threat down the left-hand side.
Well, catch Hollywood's greatest stars 24 hours a day on This TV Tampa Bay. Plus, catch all the stars of your favorite Tampa Bay Rowdies, including Cole, Christoph, Schaeffer, and more. Watch every Rowdies home game on This TV Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay's first 24-hour movie channel on the home of Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer. 2-0 score. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, along with Tam McCandawiri in the booth with us, and Heather Donnelly down on the field. Cross attempt, nobody there for the Steel, and time is starting to run out for Bethlehem. As you see, Chaluya, who has done a lot of running tonight, starting to cramp up just a bit.
Yeah, we talked about the difference in the humidity here. These players are not used to sweating so much and losing so much water during a game. And it's starting to show right there. The cramps. We used to have 12 minutes left in this game.
Also have to mention, guys, this week up in Bethlehem, there was a 12-inch snowstorm. That threw off the preparation coming into this game. So these guys did not have their normal week. Coach Burke talked about that. He hoped it wouldn't affect his team, Tam. But right now, in the 80th minute, with no goals on the board and Bethlehem looking a little bit shaky, you kind of have to wonder.
Yeah, I mean, snow. I mean, coming from snow to this is obviously two opposite ends of the spectrum. So, you know, it would have affected their pre-game planning and strategy, but it doesn't take away from the fact the Riders have done a great job tonight of working the ball, being patient, and finishing their opportunities.
Ten minutes left in regulation time. Tampa Bay with a shutout in the works and possibly looking for more. Player taken down inside the 18 that time, and the crowd unhappy once again.
And that was Brandon Abry, the big center back from the Steel, just a little muscle up inside the box, just shielding the ball.
Goals tonight by Christoph and Fernandez. Both of them scoring their second, respectively, on this young season. Set piece coming up for Bethlehem. Take a look at Rubio Vasquez, our head referee tonight. So you look at the 2-0 score, and Eddie, keep in mind that what looked like a goal late in the first half, this score should be and could be easily 3-0 in favor of the Rowdies.
Yeah, you're right. Right before the win, towards the halftime, good delivery in the box. But you know what? You got to give credit to the Rowdies, though. They could have just, they went into the halftime knowing that they had a goal. As you see here, another substitution by the Steel.
This is Mike Catalano, who was a substitute last week in the 87th minute. Got a nice assist in his short time on the field. So made a good impact to a player that they are very, very high on.
And of course, Prosper Chaluya was the defender who went out due to cramps. Yeah, to finish that statement, Drew, the Rowdies came back out of that locker room in the second half, and they just kept going forward. They kept pushing the lines. They kept creating chances. Right side, left side. Looking for Joe Cole on top and for Ristov. As we see Stuart Campbell giving some of those instructions. And more than that right now, to this point, Tam, it's more like keep possession of the ball, keep that shape. You got 10 minutes left in the game, a little bit less actually, and you're up 2-0. It's about maintaining that lead and not giving any silly goals.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Eddie. Try and keep the ball as much as you can. Limit your mistakes, limit your giveaways. Maybe you'll nick a goal in transition, and that's it. The Rowdies will get the 3 points.
Well, Rowdies fans, your next chance to catch Joe Cole, Georgie Ristov, and Marcel Schaeffer, and the rest of your Tampa Bay Rowdies on this TV Saturday, April 7th, as they take on the Ottawa Fury. Game time 7:30, pregame at 7 o'clock here on this TV, Tampa Bay. And I had a chance, Eddie, to watch you and Heather on the big screen out there on this gorgeous night, and Al Lang, the pregame show, and then our game telecast as well. Just an amazing experience with all of these great fans, and even Tam in the booth with us tonight.
It's always great to have guest players like Tam with a lot of knowledge in this game. Of course, hopefully we can see you on the pitch next weekend.
Fingers crossed I'll be making a few appearances this year. But it's been a pleasure being up here with two veterans and learning a lot while I'm up here, learning the ropes. But it's been a great game that we've seen up here. Home opener, 2 goals.
James Chambers now with a set piece and taken straight on Mizell with the good hands. You know, he is so quick to the ball, Tam. His reaction time is really something special.
Yeah, he's very athletic, Cody, as are the other two keepers that we have on the roster. Obviously, Cody's won the battle for the #1 jersey, and he's doing fantastically well. Made some great saves last week, and it's been a similar story this week.
Another corner kick coming up. Mizell in his second tenure with the Rowdies. You said, Tam, you were here for his first tenure. Much different player now. You can kind of sense that, can you, with all the experience that he's been able to gather?
Yeah, he's come back and he's much more confident, you know, visibly, and his personality is coming out now. He's a commanding goalie. He's a presence. He knows what he wants from his players, his defense, and he's barking orders and commanding his box.
Player 10-2 now for Tampa Bay. I believe that is Guensati.
Sebastian Guensati.
And he will be assisted by the Rowdies staff, and we're going to have a substitute here in the 86th minute for Tampa Bay.
Johan Graf will come in for Guensati.
So we play on, and this corner kick is put in a great spot. for Bethlehem and just a little bit to the right.
That was close. That was Derek Jones once again making contact with the ball inside the 6. Look at that great turn.
Oh.
And just like that, looking for the far post, that was actually Mike Catalano, who just came in this game. As you mentioned, Drew, he had a great assist late in the game against the Richmond Kickers. Looking to do the same tonight here.
It's one of those goals, too, if you're Marcel, you can't really see what's going on in front of you. And then, bam, the ball just whizzes past you quickly. Luckily, it was to the right.
Yeah, it happened so quick. That's why you want to have cat-like reflexes.
Blake, a nice touch. Rowdies with another run, and nearly the final third paying off there. Tampa Bay doesn't get a goal, but another impressive buildup.
Yeah, Graf was making a great run in the box. Now Georgie's playing a little bit more on the right side.
Sure, and stay with us after the conclusion of this game. We'll wrap things up here. And the booth, Eddie, you and I, also Heather, will have plenty of coverage down on the field, as it looks like Rowdies are going to be headed for their second win of the season. Still plenty of time, though, on the clock for Bethlehem to at least get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it would be a great win for them. Tam, you can testify to this. Not only the fact that you win convincingly, it could be a 3-0 right now, but just the fact you have a clean sheet, just the fact that you have not made any mistakes defensively, that you came out playing to your system, and you got a lot of players on the pitch as well. A lot of players getting quality minutes in the second half. Of course, you talked about how deep your roster is, and right now that there's no injuries, of course, Fleming's not to be taken out, but other than that, you got a full roster of choices, and the next player is going to step up.
Yeah, you're right. This is big for the confidence for the Rowdies. You know, obviously the Rowdies won the first game, but 2-2 is obviously a great result for us. 6 points on the board, a home win, and we'll look to take that into next week's game. It's building blocks. It's game by game. We take it very slowly, day by day, and we'll work on next week's game on Monday. So hopefully we come out with the win, and then it's on to the next, game by game.
David Najum, solid outing so far for Tampa Bay. Rowdies looking to put the finishing touches on this one. Attacking methodically from the left side. A player was there. It looked like an open goal opportunity if that ball had just come down just a bit.
Yeah, Leo Fernandez once again working out of the left-hand side. And if you saw the bottom of your screen, Georgie Ristov was making a great run all by himself from the right side, looking for Leo Fernandez cross.
Najum double teamed. And finally a whistle there. That'll be a late yellow. Dished out. Rubio Vasquez has been one busy guy here tonight. Eddie, after a missed call like that, the one late in the first half, Marcel coming up to stay with this one and reel it in just outside the 6. Will the officials, do you think, take a good look at that goal, make the adjustment, basically confess, and basically take it on the chin, like, hey, this one was all ours?
No, absolutely. They got to look at the video and look at the replay and see that it clearly was a goal. Of course, they have the argument that it happened so fast, and you know, there are times where they're going to be human errors, especially from the referees, and you just got to move on. You got to learn from it, you know, and continue to press forward. But it just happened so fast for the referees. It depends on the angle. I put a little more blame on the linesman because he's got a little bit of a better angle. He's got that angle. The referee, it's kind of hard to judge the depth, especially because you had a defender falling backwards into the goal.
4 minutes of extra time now for the Rowdies in the Steel. It's been mostly all the home team here tonight. Bethlehem trying to get out of here with at least something to show for. Moar with a nice touch, but Mizell is there as Brandon Allen was trying to get in position. They're trying to get Allen a touch in good position here.
4 minutes of stoppage time in this game. All the Rowdies need to do is just manage time. Tam, just keep that shape in the back, continue to try to possess the ball, and of course, when the gap is on, just continue to make runs forward. After all, the best defense just, it's that offense, continue to send Georgie, Ristov going forward, and of course, some of the players that just came in, like Graf, full tank of gas.
We'll tie up there, Derek Jones. One of the most active Steel members tonight. Santi Moar, the Spaniard. Chambers to the right side now, a little bit too far. As Marcus Epps can't chase it down.
That's a great idea by James Chambers, though, the captain. He's been so active in the last 20 minutes. And he's got the ability to just spray the ball everywhere. Nice little flick to the far post.
Ralph's mob still making plenty of noise here at Al Lake Stadium, savoring the first regular season home win of 2018. The Rowdies on the verge of staying perfect. Eddie had a chance to call a couple exhibition contests for the Rowdies. They sort of putting the pieces together, getting the new guys acclimated, and they did not look like they were really clicking on all cylinders like they are tonight, certainly.
Well, that's what the preseason's for. It's about, you know, getting fit, and it's about getting quality minutes, and you know, you really don't care about the results. You see this great chance here, a bit of a push off from Groff, but you know, it's about coming into the season and peaking at the right time. They've done so. They had a good preseason as far as how they play, and of course a couple of great results against some of the MLS teams. But it's about just putting it together for the regular season, and so far, Drew, they're 2 for 2.
Likely the final minute, and a little bit of words between these two sides as Ristov and Chambers need to be just separated for just a moment. Two great competitors there. Gorski very quietly has played well for Tampa Bay tonight, and that will do it. Chambers and Ristov not done just yet.
And you see Collins, the captain, coming to the rescue. And just like that, the Rowdies put the exclamation point.
Happy Ristov Day celebrated. And let's set it down on the field. Heather Donnelly is with Rowdies head coach Stuart Campbell.
Coach, always good to pick up 3 points here in your home opener. What does that say about your team that you were able to bounce back, especially after a tough call there at the end of the first half?
Yeah, obviously I thought we played exceptional all night. Like the first half we were very good. Like I said, we had a clear goal ruled out. Or sorry, not ruled out, not given. So we spoke at half-time about not feeling sorry for ourselves, not getting our heads down. We still had 45 minutes to go out and win the game, and thankfully we done that, and I thought we thoroughly deserved it.
Yeah, a lot of good things to take away from this one, but what do you like most about what you saw out of your team on the field tonight?
Yeah, I thought the overall performance was excellent straight from the first minute, really. Like I said, we created lots of chances, and we limited them to a few chances.
All right, thanks for your time, guys.
All right, thank you so much. The celebration has begun, and a happy home bunch tonight for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, alongside Tam McCandawary. Tam, what was the most impressive thing you saw tonight out of your team?
I think the amount of chances that we created tonight it bodes very well for the future. As we've spoken about, lots of attacking players on the roster, but they're definitely producing and creating chances, which is fantastic.
All right, let's send it to Heather one more time. Brendan Burke is with her.
Coach, tough one here tonight in Tampa Bay. What do you take away from this one?
They were good. They were sharper on the ball than we were, especially in the first half, but really came alive in the second half. They deserved it. There could have been more in that game for them.
Moving forward now, you head back for a home game. What do you want to see worked on between now and then?
Obviously, on the defensive side of it, we conceded way too much space, both in their half and in our own half. We never really got near the ball. They played this game at a different tempo than we did. The effort was good, but the energy level behind it wasn't great.
Thanks, Coach. Guys.
All right, Heather, thank you very much. Tampa Bay, impressive tonight as they dominate in chances over Bethlehem. 2-0 the final score. Ralph's Mob is rocking here in downtown St. Pete. The post-game show coming up next on this TV.
Retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Welcome to the Rowdies post-game show here on this TV. The celebration has begun alive and well for the moment. And David Nadjim, one of the stars tonight for Tampa Bay. Marcel Schaeffer doing his thing as well as the Rowdies get an impressive 2-0 win over the Bethlehem Steel. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, let's get right to the highlights. So many highs and lows in the first half, especially in this game for Tampa Bay. The defense on their heels early, Eddie.
Yeah, great job defensively. It's a great cross. Burke with a header. And how about Cody Mizell doing what he does best, puts the ball over the net.
Tampa Bay coming right back, though, getting it near the 6 that time. And I'll tell you what, John McCarthy, the goalie for Bethlehem, was outstanding early on, setting back shot after shot.
Yeah, Leo Fernandez with a great shot to the far post, and McCarthy once again right on the right spot.
Leo Fernandez just had a sense that eventually he was going to break through. There was the near goal, the one that we thought was clearly across the line. I even called it as a goal, but the officials thought otherwise.
Yeah, Leo Fernandez with a 2-shot now. Jack Blake with a great cross. And finally, Georgie Ristup gets up, heads the ball at the highest point. Nothing McCarthy can do, and now it's a 1-0 up for the Rowdies.
So Ristoff with his 55th goal as a Tampa Bay Rowdy. What a career he has had, and he has still got plenty more where that came from. Then Fernandez, simply magical tonight, Eddie.
He gets in the box, he goes one-on-one, left-footed, step over, hits the ball to the far post, and just like that, makes it 2-0 for the Rowdies.
Fernandez and Ristoff, both of these guys, if they continue to play like this, like the way that they have played the last 2 weeks, I'm telling you, with the youngsters that are in this lineup, this could be a championship team.
Well, they're just doing their job. They know that their job is to score goals. Fernandez out of the left. Georgi Hristov looking to break the all-time Tampa Bay Rowdies record. And he's right on pace. He had one tonight. He's got 2 more to go.
Look at the final numbers. Shots on goal, 12-4 Tampa Bay, and 26-7 total shots. Eddie, that's near total domination.
And that pretty much tells you that the Tampa Bay Rowdies came out flying going forward. They wanted to bring some numbers up. They wanted to create chances. They did that. They had players like Cole, like Hristov, Fernandez going forward, even the right fullback, Najum, going forward.
All right, we're going to step aside. Our postgame show continues. Georgi Hristov, a goal for the Rowdies tonight, leading Tampa Bay to a 2-0 victory. We're back with more in just a moment from Al Lang.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
It is time now for our Luna Azul shot of the game. And it came from Georgi Hristov, the magical header to get the Rowdies on the board. Let's send it to Heather down on the field, and she has got Georgi standing by.
Thank you, Drew. Georgi, big win for you guys tonight in your home opener. How did it feel out here picking up 3 points back in front of your home crowd?
It feels amazing. I'm very happy, and I think they were, at least me, they surprised me a little bit. They were much better than what I really expected. Although we missed a lot of chances, to be honest. First half, I think we were the better team overall. We had a clear goal the first half, but second half we stepped up even more better, and I'm very happy that we won the game. It was a tough 3 points, but sweet.
Talk to me a little bit about your goal, scoring that one with your head, which isn't necessarily the way that you usually score.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I knew it was going to be a good ball coming from Jack. So, as a forward, you try to be on the right place and the right time. So I'm happy I was there, and it was a great goal, great ball from Jack. So I'm happy.
All right, thanks, Georgi. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much. The Rowdies continuing to sign autographs on the field. A 2-0 victory and 3 points in the second week of the regular season. Back with more in just a moment.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
It's time to celebrate and save at Ashley Home Store's anniversary sale. Save 35% on furniture and mattresses. Or get 72 months no interest on new styles to celebrate your home. Going on now at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Hurry in and save at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
2-0 victory for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Fans continuing to get autographs here in the postgame. And how about the first clean sheet in 2018 for Cody Mizell? He is standing by right now with Heather Donnelly, the Rowdies' new goalie in his second stint. Heather, he must be a happy man.
Thanks, guys. Cody, a clean sheet from you tonight. Here at home, you're back in front of these fans for the first time in several years, back in green and gold here. What was tonight like for you?
It's special. I got goosebumps at the beginning when a young lady sang the national anthem, because I just love it here. And it's a big performance from us again, and another 3 points, and we're starting the season very strong.
You had several great saves in goal. Take me through your night back there.
Yeah, it's my job. It's going to be like that at the beginning of the season because it's new, and we're still learning each other's tendencies. A couple new guys filling in, but I got to do my job, and thankfully today we got 3 points, and that's what matters.
Still early in the season, but everyone really seems to be clicking on the field. What's working so well for you guys?
I think it's just chemistry, and like I said, the staff did a good job of bringing the veteran guys in, and us new guys have adapted very well, and I think we're going to have a really strong year, and I'm very excited.
All right, thanks, Cody. Back to you guys.
All right, Cody Mizell, solid last week, had several big saves in the second half. Here his big saves mainly came early, Eddie, and they were sensational.
Yeah, look at this great shot by Cody Burke, and he was right on it. And how about this save once again against Burke? And that's one of the things he does so well. He keeps the Rowdies in this game. He talked about one of the best things about the team is the team chemistry, that they gel during the preseason, and that's something they've done so well.
Yeah, Renardez and Fitzgerald, the other two goalies on the Rowdies roster, very talented. It is important for Mizell to continue to play at this level for him to stay in the goal. So Cody Mizell, we saw him last year with Charlotte, the Independents, doing great things for Tampa Bay this year.
Yeah, it was a great pickup. You know, give credit once again to the goalkeeper coach, Stuart Dobson, who's the one who brought him in. Saw that he had a great year in Charlotte, brought him into the Rowdies. Once again, this is second time with the Rowdies, but now he truly is a leader.
More from Al Lang Stadium will put the final touches on the second win of the year for Tampa Bay in just a moment.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams, and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Tampa Bay Rowdies get their second regular season win of the year, 2-0. The score over Bethlehem Steel FC. And the standings right now, Tampa Bay will stay up top of the Eastern Conference. The Charlotte Independents are right there with them. Atlanta United, too, also playing this year in the Eastern Conference. Louisville City, they need no introduction after the season they had a year ago. And there's a look around the league. Louisville City, North Carolina FC postponed. Atlanta United 2 gets the victory over the Red Bulls 2. Indy 11 gets the win. Charleston victorious. Charlotte and Nashville and Pittsburgh have a scoreless tie there. Well, our schedule coming up for the Rowdies, Louisville City, a huge game coming up next week before the Rowdies return home, and then New York Red Bulls 2 and the Real Monarchs also in the upcoming weeks. But Louisville City going to be a tremendous challenge for Tampa Bay, and Ottawa Fury, the next home match as the Rowdies come back home on April 7th. You can watch it on this TV. It begins at 7 o'clock, and the game begins at 7:30. Eddie, great job tonight, and I think a huge opening statement by the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah, they did a great job, especially for their first home outing. They played the first game clean sheet, and now, of course, they win the game at home. They get another 3 points.
Great job by Heather, Eddie, and our crew. Let's enjoy the match in 5.
Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1,000,000 megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
Life. It's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun.
In the Tampa Bay area, the weather can change in an instant. Especially during storm season, it pays to stay on top of it. That's what makes the free TVO weather app so indispensable. You can track approaching storms with animated radar that zooms to your location, and you can click on the Future Radar button to see where the weather is headed. Don't get caught in the rain. Download TVO Weather today. Go to tvo.com/weather to get started.